goes out to my mother, Beverly K. Jacobs, and to the world. Let them know that we live by faith and not by sight.
The best that we do always ain't good enough. And they tell me that even at the top sometimes it's hard to stay looking up. But I know that my afflictions won't last, so I gotta stay looking up. So I'm gonna stand this day, and now I ain't giving up. Sometimes the best that we do always ain't good enough. And they tell me that even at the top sometimes it's hard to stay looking up. But I know that my afflictions won't last, so I gotta stay looking up. So I'm gonna stand this day, and now I ain't giving up. In the beginning of the earth was the word, in which all things now live by what they heard. Something planted in them that this world couldn't break, and those events many men love to live by faith. I speak in contrary to the flesh, nevertheless.
Dear Heavenly Parent, we come to you in prayer, saying thank you again for this day. Another day that we can praise your name, we can learn more about you, learn of this truth and this walk that we are in. We thank you for everything you have given to us, everything you're going to give unto us, and for all those that you have brought unto us, and those that we are useful for as well. We ask that you continue to bless us, strengthen us, and guide us in your way and in your truth. We do not take you for granted, and we do not take your blessings for granted, but we are grateful for everything you're doing for us. We also are grateful and thankful for those also that are going through the same struggles that are outside this door. But we thank you for them as well. We thank you for your elect that will make it and will persevere throughout it all. We pray that we all are counted as that in that number, and that we do everything that you want for us to do as well. And in your name we pray forever and ever, and ask you to bless this message in the name of Yahuwah. We pray forever and ever. Hallelujah. Okay. This one is harmony with Yah. Harmony with Yah. Harmony is spelled H-A-R-M-O-N-Y. Harmony with Yah. And this is a question. It definitely is a question to yourself. To all of us, we always have to ask ourselves, are we in harmony with Yah? Harmony means it's a togetherness, right? It is when Yahusha said that me and my heavenly parent are one. That's what that means. We have the same likeness, we have the same mind, we have the same endeavors, we have the same pursuits in mind, right? And you always have to check and see if you are aligned with that. And there's ways to check. And this is your faith, because your faith is to stay in harmony with Yah. That is your faith. So when anybody asks you a faith, what is your faith? You need to understand what your faith is. Your faith. It's your very walk. But one thing about this faith is like that baby, right? You got to keep it what? Clean and what? And set apart. We know that's the faith. That we don't drop the baby, right? We don't get the baby dirty, right? But we keep it what? Clean. And well what? Protected. Well reserved. Because that's the word of Yah in our hearts. And we have to keep it without spot, without blemish. And this is how you know that you are in harmony. But there are key indicators I would like to share with you that when you know that you might have went astray. Sometimes y'all wonder why prayers don't get answered and stuff like this, because sometimes we pray amiss, meaning we start praying for things that are not going to align with what Yah has for our lives and have for the lives of all of it. And so that's why sometimes those things don't go through, and then we be so wondering, like, what the world did we do wrong? You know, what do we miss the ball on? All right. So, first of all, let me share with you this. Go to Matthew 17 and 21. Matthew 17 and 21. Start at 14, I'm sorry. Matthew 17 is 14. Let's start there. And it says, and when they were come to the multitudes, there came to him a certain man kneeling down to him, saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into the fire, and oftentimes he will fall into the water. I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not even cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, because of this point, he's very irritated. Who is he irritated with? Well, he's going to be irritated with his disciples. Because the man said he brought them to the disciples, but they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't heal him. Right? So Yahushua answered and said, oh, faithless and perverse generation. Faithless and perverse. Meaning crooked, not straight. How long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and the devil departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Amazing. 19. So then came his disciples to Yahushua apart from that multitude. You know, pulled him privately to the side and was like, why could not we cast him out? So, you know, the disciples Peter and them wanted to know, well, what? We tried to do everything you taught us to do. What went wrong? What went wrong? So he says 20. He says, so Yahushua answered them and said unto them, because of your what? Unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to a yonder place. You know how to say, get ye yonder? Meaning get away, what? Get away from me. And it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. 21. But howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and what? Fasting. Prayer and fasting. So immediately, when you think of the words fasting, you figure like you got the prayer part down pat. Like, okay, oh, prayer part, okay. But first of all, a lot of people don't pray, you know, that you would think they would, especially those of the faith. You would think that they would pray more than what they do. But you're going to find out a lot of people that's in the faith, they don't pray as much as they should. They go about trying to figure out things on their own. And if anything, they will pray and say, yeah, Lord, just be with me on this, right? Not necessarily if it's the will of Yah. It's more, I'm just going to do this, and I just need your backup on this one, right? More if you're trying to lead him more than you letting the heavenly parents what? Lead you. That's how normally most majority of us are like that. You'll find us, for those who do somehow pray, right? And so he said because it was their unbelief, he said, that they were struggling there. Unbelief meaning because he said things when you ask for things, you don't even really believe it's going to come about. That's the first part he's saying. You don't even believe it's going to happen, do you? Right? And then he says, and if you do, some of us pray things, he said we pray amiss. Meaning we start asking for things that ain't got nothing to do with the will of God. But those things, we waiting on the answer. Like, please, I need this answer right here. I need this one. But if it ain't of the will of God, you weren't going to get that what? Neither. Right? So we're going to focus today on prayer and fasting. So that we can understand. Because this is what I say will keep you in harmony with Yah. Yah does need to hear your prayers. It's not for everyone to hear it. These things are done in secret. There's times when you can pray amongst with people, but then there's times you need to what? Right. Because these sometimes that's, your heavenly parent, well before they are a family, they still are what? Individually too, right? And that comes first. So this is the first and foremost commandment. Love Yah with all your what? Mind, heart, body, and soul. So that's individually. That's not a family thing. That's you. That's each one of us individually. Have to do that, what? Every day. So that's the first level of being set apart. Then we can go off into what? Helping others, right? Loving your brother as you what? As Yah loves you, right? That's the royal law. Meaning now treat your brothers with that same energy that you put into for yourself. Give it unto them. Because a lot of them don't understand these things, but they need to. And if you do understand them, is share your bread. Break bread. That's what they mean. Break bread. If you do understand it, break bread. Because these are the things they need to understand too. Right? Go to, let's see. Go to James 4. James 4 and 1. Because we're dealing with the fasting and the prayer. Because he said it's going to be because of a lot of us don't get stuff done because we don't have the belief to put it forth. You can't get nothing in faith without faith. That's the key. But a lot of times I know we don't understand what faith truly is and what it means in order to activate it. Right? So this is some of the things that it is not. Let's go. It says James 4 and 1. From whence come wars and fighting amongst you? Come they not hence, even of your what? Your lusts, that war in your members. So that's what he was talking about when he says the unbelief. Meaning it's a lust that war in your members or in your mind. There's things that you're fighting with. It's things that you're struggling with. These are the things that are messing with your prayers. Because you want this, but then you want that. Right? And you can't serve two what? Two masters, exactly. So that's what it means. You're fighting against your own self. There's a way Yah wants you to be blessed, but then there's a way that you want yourself to be blessed. But what you want doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But Yah blessing for you and healing is definitely what you do need. And it's a true healing. It's one that will truly heal you, that will truly bless you. Not like you, it's not like you're going out trying to bless yourself and you realize that you're only going to get so far with trying to bless yourself. But it's better for you to allow your heavenly parents to what? Bless you. Because that, guess what? You get to keep. That you get to keep. See, that stuff you try to do for yourself, and eventually you won't be able to keep it anyway. Right? He says it. 2, you lust and have not. So, lust. It's a deadly sin. You got 7 of them. Might want to write this down. This are 7 deadly sins that'll get you caught up with Yah in this ministry. 7 of them. We're definitely going to go through them and then get some definitions. The first one, of course, what? We'll write lust. Lust. Put lust on your list. The second one, and remember, these are not in any specific order. It's just 7. So it doesn't say, well, one comes first. It doesn't really come like that because all of them are deadly. So anyone you participate in can get you dealt with by Yah. And it can break that harmony with you and Yah. Any one of them. So they're not in any particular order. So lust, right? Let's deal with it. Lust was an example of lust was when they came out of Egypt. When Moses brought them out of Egypt. And some of them wanted to go back to Egypt. But let me show you what it meant. They wasn't talking about going back over the waters to go back to Egypt. No. He's saying, like Lot's wife, some of them had not let go of those what? Teachings of Egypt. They still desired some of those things that was not good for them. These are some of the things that Pharaoh got killed for. See, meaning he lost his life for these very things by Yah. And these people still saying, but you know what? That was him. We can still do that stuff and it's gonna be all right. We with Yah. We with Yah now. But if he destroyed Pharaoh for those things, then he gonna destroy you too for those same things. You can't pick up what they call bad habits, right? You can't pick those things up. So the lust was that they desired things that was already in the dust. That's why they turned to a pillar of what? Of salt, right? Like Lot's wife, she desired, they already getting torn down as we speak. And you're going to look back and desire some of that stuff. And so, of course, Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt too, meaning she got burned in sins just like them. Because she wanted their same meal. That's their meal. But you see the end result of their meal, they bread, they meat, that it killed them right after they ate it, right? Meaning their teachings. So to lust is to lust after your neighbor's wife. What your neighbor has. Your neighbor refers to all those other nations that are surrounding you. They have their own teachings. They have their own meat. They have their own wives. They have their own ways of doing things, right? They have their own gods, right? Some of them serve Buddhists, and some of them are Muslims. That's what they serve. That's their wives. Those are the things that they worship, they believe in, they trust in, they put everything they got into those things. But that's not for you, is it? It's not for you. So yeah, you might see one or two of them might come up off of that, but that's still their teaching. And it's crazy when I see a lot of my people walk around with these same costumes on of these other religions, right? You'll see one walk to you and say, oh, I'm a Muslim, and another one come to me, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. And I'm a Book of Mormon, I'm a Mormon. Another one will come to you, I'm a Presbyterian. Another one say, well, I'm a Baptist. And they all black people, and you like, why are y'all so separated on things? And when y'all got here, none of y'all was serving none of those things. But now everybody got their own little thing they serving that they didn't picked up from who? Another nation or race of people who was doing it first. None of that stuff was originated from them. But they go pick up some things that came from other people. In return, they get caught up, and that's what the lust is. Lust is the desire of forbidden fruit. What it always has meant. A forbidden teaching. Something that Yah has already told everybody, this one is a no-go. But then somebody would pick it up and say, but you know what? Like Oscar the Grouch digging in the trash can. you know what? I can just wipe it off. You know, this still can be used, right? How do you know Esau? Because Esau is a man of dust. They call him man of dust, man of earth. They say from dust to dust, meaning he loves Esau. Power comes not from above, but from what he can dig up. Right, that's why he's a snake. He slithers on his belly, is always connected to the ground. That's why that was his anthem, that animal right there, that creature. Because he loves to dig up stuff that's been buried long ago. Every time you hear him talking about something he done dug up long ago. Every time you turn around. But all that, why? See, this is what Esau doesn't understand. What put it in the dirt in the first place? Because if it was good, it'll still be what? Still there. Because that's why Yah says, I'm not of the dead, right? But I am of the what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm of the what? The living. Exactly. He's not with anything that is dead. That's why he call it dead works at that point. What you worried about something that's been long gone? Meaning something I already destroyed. And you knew I destroyed it. Why would you rebuild it back? Like Atlantis, Asgard. That stuff been already torn down long ago. Remember, we seen the movie when they tore the stuff down. But here come Esau, bringing it back. Though it's still good. That stuff gone. It's been torn down. You go back to some of their coliseums and stuff, you start seeing that stuff, they love to rebuild those things. I know Yah tore it down, but we're going to redo it. But that's why he says, in the last days, it's going to be just like what? The days of what? Noah. What happened in the days of Noah? Didn't he tear that down? But he said in these last days, it's going to be just like the days of Noah or the days of Sodom and what? Gomorrah. See, they love to rebuild those things that was already torn down by Yah, and they want to relive it. So lust is to try to go back and to lust after stuff that's already with that, like I say, forbidden meat. Okay? You got it? So he tells us don't lust after those things. All right. Another one is greed. Now, when did greed take place that we know that that's no longer was a good teaching? Well, one of our most favorite characters, most infamous one was Balaam. Mm-hmm. Balaam, trying to curse the children of Israel, right? And he did it for what? For the money, right? So greed is the love of the wages of unrighteousness. You love what you can get out of doing wrong. That's why they call it greed. Meaning you ain't trying to do nothing righteous, but you trying to make a come up, right? But it's not according to what? Righteousness. That's greed. Meaning you take them secret deals, them secret handshakes with people and they tell you, I'll give you $1 million if you do this, or I'll give you this X amount if you do that. If you kill that one over, like Judas, right? Who took the little 30 pieces of silver to crucify who? To betray Yahushua, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. That's greed. That's greed. Because it's a come up outside of Yahushua, isn't it? Separate, apart from him. Had nothing to do with him, but it was the actual opposite. It's for his demise. That's greed. Another one is gluttony. Gluttony. Now, gluttony, normally when you see gluttony, you'll think of an image of the fat man that just eats everything. You would think, just a big fat person that just love to eat, love to eat, love to eat. But then spiritually, he was talking about they love to eat people. So they're talking about like Galactus. Galactus would be the form of gluttony and something that you may can understand, a world eater. So what was he eating? Worlds or people. So basically this one, what you would consider was gluttony was actually captivity or the power of what? Slavery. They love to have many under them, right? So gluttony loves to what? Say, I wanted what? I want it all. That's gluttony. Even things that don't what? Belong to you. That's captivity. That's power. That's what they call power to them. The more people they can have under them, they call it power. So that's gluttony. Slavery is what? Gluttony. Captivity is gluttony. Right? It's not of Yah. Those things, like I said, they're deadly for a reason. They will all get you destroyed by Yah. Okay. We know about the gluttony, right? It's easy. Esau taking Jacob into what? Captivity. That's gluttony at its finest. So we know taking anybody into captivity is what? And it's one of the deadly what? Deadly sin. That meaning after you commit it, judgment comes upon you. All right. We got another one. We got pride. Pride. P-R-I-D. Pride. Now, who had pride? Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Pharaoh. The one that we know. Pharaoh. What was his pride? That you can't stop me from doing what I want to do. Y'all, and for y'all say, let his people what?
No.
Let them go. But Pharaoh's what? Got in the way? His pride. Saying, I ain't finna to do it, and who gonna make me do it? Right? So his pride was what you call vainglory. It's self-righteousness. It promoted against the truth. It's promoted against the truth, meaning I'm going to say what I got going on is better than what you telling me to do. So I have no need to change. So that's what like pride parades. They say, they challenge Yah to say that their way of life is better than just doing what Yah told them to what? To do. So that's pride. Pride fights against the word of what? It fights against the will of Yah. It's saying, I'm not going to do what you tell me. I'm going to do me. That's rebellion. Pride equals into rebellion. That's why the devil had pride. And that's why he was cast out of what? Heaven. Because it's a deadly what? Sin. To have pride against Yah. To try to feel like you can remove him, your heavenly parents, and you can promote yourself to sit in their seat and say, I'm God around here. I do it the way I want to do it, right? So never promote yourself against the will of Yah. That's pride, right? It's when you're given clear instructions and you still say, I'm not finna do what? I'm not finna do it. But I'll show you what I'm going to do, right? That's pride. Right. Like you said, going into witchcraft, another thing, because that's what you're going to have to do at that point. Because if you ain't got the power of Yah, then what power are you finna use? Right? You got to do something. You got to come up with something. Right? So all those things you finna come up with at that point, that's all evil. The whole basket of stuff, the whole Easter basket is for evil. All right. Jack Horner, right? He going to a little bag of tricks, right? Everything he pull out was evil, right? Okay. We got what? Envy. E-N-V-Y. Another word for jealousy. Right? Now, reason why this is deadly, you don't say, why? So that's just being a hater, right? It's just being a hater. Yes, it is. But it's a hater not of anybody because you're supposed to hate evil. You're supposed to hate sin. But one thing you ain't supposed to hate is what? He said, they hated me without a what? Cause. You're not supposed to hate righteousness. That's envy. Meaning when you see somebody doing righteousness, it's not for you to get jealous of. It's not for you to try to stop them. It's not for you to try to block them and distract them. That all of that goes into envy. You're jealous because it's Yahushua and not you. Like the Pharisees. Pharisees will represent that envy. They envied him because they used to always say, man, look at him. Just look at him go. Look at him go. Well, man, if we don't stop him, he going to have everybody. We ain't going to have no church no more because they going to go to him. But that's envy, right? And all the reason why is because he was doing a greater work than they were, wasn't he? And he wasn't doing evil. So if they decided to flock unto him, it was because he was doing the truth more than what they were. But instead of them coming to, they just rather say, we're going to reserve ourselves back here in the shadows and just be what you call haters, right? And try our best to do anything to trip them, cause them to stumble, whatever lights we can cut off, whatever water we can cut off, anything we can do to hinder that is called envy. That's called envy. And it's deadening. Okay? We have wrath. W-R-A-T-H. Now, wrath is the end result. Because this one leads into you hate somebody so much and then you begin to what? Not just wish, but then you begin to try to come up, formulate that plot, formulate that plan of what? Destruction. Yes. The bitter hate Esau had for Jacob to the point now he wanted him what? Dead. This will be represent Cain. Cain was so jealous, envied his brother so much that the end result of it was the wrath. I want him dead. I just want him out of my life. I just want him out of my sight. But he was there. That's why he said, my brother's keeper. He was there to keep you in the way. He was just there to make Cain see the better way. See, y'all always, because Cain was supposed to be the man of God. But when y'all seen Cain was not doing his work or his duty, then y'all brought in Abel. And Abel was everything y'all wanted him to be. And so Cain, being older, but still was jealous and envied. And he looked at his brother like, and he's showing him. And you think y'all was saying, Cain, I only brought your brother so he can show you the right what? The right way. Because you don't see it. You don't get it. Maybe if I put a person just like you in your same flesh, your brother, maybe you will see it then. You see how he offers. You see how he sacrifices. You see how he does righteousness. You need to be like that. He is your brother's what? Keeper. He would have kept your soul. All you had to do was follow his example. Follow his lead. And then I would have what? Accepted you, Cain. But instead of Cain seeing that as that, he's seeing it as, he's trying to show me out. Right? He's trying to replace me. So instead, ain't nobody from replace me, but much rather I'm going to what? I'm going to replace him through murder. Because he's no longer here. Now then I take his position. Now I am my brother's keeper. Because I ain't got nobody else to keep. So I assume his position now. Then I have taken him out of the way. So that's what wrath does. Wrath angers you so much to the point you begin to do an action. And then it's that action that will bind you up and it's deadly. Because ain't no comeback at that point. These are the things that brings curses upon us. And we don't be understanding why things don't go right for us because a lot of times we be under one of those. Got one more, right? Last but not least, sloth. S-L-O-T-H. One of my favorite ones. Why? Because a lot of people don't even be knowing they're doing it when they're doing it. They don't even be knowing they be doing it when they're doing it. Because sloth is actually what you call an unbeliever. Those who heard the truth, I hear you. These are the hearers of the words, but they're not what? Doers of it. These are the sloth. I hear you, but I ain't finna do nothing about that. I heard you, but I ain't budging on that. Right? I know you said I need to stop this and stop that, but I'm supposed to continue to do so. See, these are slothful. Slothful means these are the ones who say, yeah, I know slavery was wrong, but what that got to do with me? I know it was wrong, but what it got to do with me? Why do I have to what? Do anything? See, slothful doesn't want to what? It don't want to do anything. It doesn't even want to budge. They would say they don't want to be doers. They just want, I hear you, but what they got to do with me? Right? Why? That's what they say.
What they done in the past is the things.
Right. It ain't got nothing to do with us, right? It got nothing to do with me. Why should I have to do anything? Well, it's called because you still hold the sins of your forefathers. How do you know? Because we hold the sins of our what? Forefathers. Because that's why we're in slavery now. We didn't do those things back then. We was not there when Solomon, got in trouble. We was not there when they went into captivity, were we? We was not there in the Atlantic slave trade, were we? None of us. We had nothing to do with it, because we can make that same claim. We had nothing to do with what they did. But so why are we in chains? Because it's called the sins of your what? Right. You inherited those things. You inherited the punishment. So it does. See, this is what they don't think, that you inherit your what? Your forefathers what? Punishments. You do inherit their jobs. If they did something evil, you gotta pay for that. If they die before they had a chance to rectify it, now who has to rectify it? You do. The same way with any type of debt. They know that because they even make it in their own laws, according to loans and debts. That when your parents die, their debt falls on who? Their children. The debt don't get wiped out, does it? So they even know that that's the truth, that debt doesn't get wiped out just because someone dies. Especially if you're enjoying the fruits of that labor. So if you're still living good off of that, what your forefathers did, then you still are a legitimate participant in it at that point. You still are participating just as well because you're enjoying the fruits of the what? The labor. So you can't say it ain't got nothing to do with me, but I ain't gonna come up off nothing. I love everything I got from that. Right? It made us rich. But why should we have to do anything? We wasn't there. We didn't do it. Yeah, it wasn't us. It was our forefathers. Grandpappy did that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm living in Grandpappy's mansion. It has everything to do with you. If you're still enjoying the fruits of the labor. Right? So slothful says these are the unbelievers. They yoke together and they deny and neglect righteous what? Duties. See, that's what they're neglecting to do. What?
Righteousness.
See what it's saying? To do what you know is righteous. Hey, they did them wrong. So it is a righteous thing to restore them. Like, okay, you know what? We didn't have nothing to do with it, but we know what it was wrong, what they did to y'all. So here's what we can do. Right? That's what they mean. But they say, well, now, I know they did that, and yeah, it was horribly wrong. But what they got to do with me? Right? What they got to do with the millions I got? Right? Like, why should I have to break? Why do I have to pay for something they did? That's what they say. Why? Can't we just let it go? That way I can keep what I got. Right? That's what they really say. Just let it go. That was in the past. That way we can overlook what you got. Right? Then they're going back there and call you lazy and say, well, you just don't want to work for nothing. Yeah. Right? So that's slothful. Slothful says, I refuse to take one hand off of what has already been done. I'll keep it as is. As is. Right? Don't take nothing from it. Don't add nothing to it. But matter of fact, no, we will add something to it. Now we will add our pressure on top of that. We know what they did. Yeah, they did that, but they said, well, we ain't got nothing to do with that. But he said, but look at you. You make laws now to this day to still keep things what? Right, and make it even worse for us. So you are definitely a legal participant in it. Definitely are. So those are the things I want to share with you on that aspect. We got through all 7, right? You got 7 of them?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So let's get back to it. So now whenever you do read, and they get to speaking about evil, I need you to see those moments in when those sins was applied. And say, oh, I see they was under one of those right there. That's what got them in what? In trouble. That's what broke that harmony with y'all. Right? Okay. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. What's it? 2 Corinthians 6. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 6. Now, go to verse 11. 2 Corinthians 6, start at verse 11. He says, O ye Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you. Our heart is enlarged. You are not straitened in us. Straighten means chain. Straight, like a straight jacket. It's chains. He said, you're not chained in us, but you are bound in your own bowels. Bowels represent your heart and mind. It's your own mind and heart that's keeping you what? Captive at this point.
You said 2 Corinthians 6:11?
Yes. O ye Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you. Our heart is enlarged. That's what it says. 2 Corinthians 6. 2 Corinthians 6 and 11. You sure that's where you are? No, that's Chronicles.
You said.
I need these. Thank you. I know I saw it somewhere. I'm with you.
All right. 2 Corinthians 6 and 11. It says, "O you Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you. Our heart is enlarged." These are the apostles teaching the church of Corinth, the members, the flock. He said, "You're not straightening us, but you're straightening your own minds. Your own minds are holding you down. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto my children," talking to them, "be ye what? Enlarged." So he's trying to tell them how to look within, to see at this point. Are you in it with Yah? Are you in harmony with Yah? Or are you in harmony in darkness? Because a lot of us would like to think we are in Yah and think we are in harmony with Yah. But if you got one of those little 7 things holding you, those things weight you down, right? And it's going to be a distraction. Those things are going to they're going to bind you. That would mean that we said you're not bound by us. But those things he's talking about, that's what's what? Binding you. And you can't see us, or you can't understand our message as clear as it is because of the things that are what? Blinding you. Those things. Whether it be greed, whether it be lust. These things are holding you down. And I need you to let those things go. That's what I mean when I talk to y'all about fasting. See, in this walk, in this faith is to be set apart. Set apart is holy. Faith and holy are the same exact thing. And when he's telling you to be holy, man, keep it clean. Keep this faith clean, and don't let those 7 things start entangling you. start confusing you, start cluttering your environment to the point you can't see it anymore. That you letting these things creep in. These things right here won't bring you not in harmony with Yah at that point. Right? So he tells you how to get out of that trap. Let's read. He says first in verse 14, what does it say? Be ye not unequally yoked together with what? Because when we just said unbelievers was who? And the seven deadly. The slothful. Exactly. So he's telling you, you can't be in harmony with us if you're hanging around with what? With them. That's what he's telling you. How you claim to be in harmony with us, but you're walking around with unbelievers. Those are the slothful. They ain't finna do budge on it. You shaking hands with the enemies. They not for you. They ain't about letting you go out of captivity. So how you gonna shake hands with somebody who holding you in captivity and say, me and you are friends? We in this walk together, brother. And they calling you brother or sister, right? Brother or sister, but you over me. And you know that this is wrong. But you say, but then they will tell you, but it ain't got nothing to do with us. We're just doing our job. That's still slothful though. That's still an unbeliever because you know what the truth told you to do what? Righteousness and what? Restore. And let my people what? Go. So now he tell us, don't be unequally, because he's telling you at this point, it's not equal. You are not what?
Equally,
Meaning both of y'all are not brothers or sisters in this. They're lying to you. We're not equal. We're not on equal playing fields. Because first of all, you still want your position as an unbeliever, right? And I'm walking in righteousness. I'm about letting people go. I'm about restoring folks. But oh, you white man, you say you're not with that, but we can still work something out. Right? That means you can't what? Ain't nothing to what? To work out. You can't keep that disposition and still say me and you what? Together. We're not brothers. We're not sisters in this at this point. We are not. So for us to think he's telling you to free your mind from even thinking that you and that person are still what? Equal. Like meaning y'all holding hands. We in this. We are agreed. You're not agreed. And Yah is not what? Agreed in that. Then that means you're not in harmony with who? That's to be equally yoked, is when you are in harmony. That's not harmony with Yah. Because he just told you sloth is one of the seven deadly what? It's going to get you what? Killed. If you participate. So it tells us, don't be unequally yoked together with any unbeliever. So then he gets to breaking down the list to let you know. For what fellowship, in verse 14, what fellowship? What does fellowship mean? The same thing brotherhood mean, the same thing sisterhood mean, right? That's a togetherness. He's telling you what togetherness has righteousness with unrighteousness. What agreement? What communion has light with darkness? Because captivity is what? Darkness. And freedom is what? Light. So what agreement do me and you got at this point? What friendship he's telling you? What brotherhood do y'all got? What? Look here. Let me read this to you. There is no second place. There is no alternative. There is no multiverse. There is no constellation prize or agreement. There's no togetherness, no friendship, no waving no white flag, no surrender, no accepting a bribe, no peace, no hope in anything else, no rest, no fainting, no weariness in this journey of faith or work, There is no union with them. There is no marriage with them. There is no saluting them, no retreating with them or retreating from them. There is no working together with the enemy. There is no shaking of hands. There is no toasting. There is no, to a false sense of a settled upon agreement. We ain't toasting like, you know what? We ain't going to do what y'all say do, but we can agree to what? Disagree. No such thing. And there is no shaking hands or toasting, false sense, settled upon victory, no hush money taken to look the other way or bow out of the race of faith. Early, overwhelmed in fear, will be taken no dinner, taking no break, no vacation, no sleep, no truce, no relaxation, no depravity, no celebration, no exhortation. There's no deal, bargain, no invitation, no brotherhood, no sisterhood, no fraternity, no alliance, no family. There is none of those things as long as you are in captivity under Esau. So that you and Esau are not what?
Friends.
That ship is sunk.
You're not equally yoked.
You're not. So for them to try to say that's how they get you, they trap you in what they call an entanglement, which is that's the lie. That God, we are children of God too. See, that's the claim they want to have. But he's telling you there is no what? Union in that. There is no friendship with those type of what? People. So I need you to understand that. That's what he's talking about right here. 15. And what concord has Yahushua with what? A whole devil. What part have he that believe with an infidel that don't believe in the truth? He's telling you what agreement. Don't be deceived. That's what he's telling y'all being what? Deceived. 16. And what agreement have the temple of God with idols? With a temple of idols. What agreement? What agreement he got Judas and Yahushua? What agreement? There's none. What agreement does God got with the devil? There's no agreement. He says, are you the temple of the living Yah? What does the living have to deal with the dead? That's why he said to go let the dead what? Bury the dead. That means I ain't got nothing what? To do with that. You can't wash your hands of the matter until you what? Wash your hands of the what? Of them, period. There's no if, maybe, I don't know, that's slothful. That is unbelievers. It's only, he said you can't serve what? And that means also there's no in between. So there's no three sides to no one story. Right? You either with team Yahushua and Yah, or you team what?
Never.
That's it. There is no, well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to. No, Yah would just move you to that side automatically. By default. You over there. By default. That's why he tells you to love your what? Enemies. Because you got to understand, until they cross over, they what? Even though they're trying to play the fence, but to you, they're your what? Enemy. Exactly. Even though they're trying to play the fence, to you, they are their what? Your enemy. Until they make a full what? A full turn. Not a piece of a turn. I don't know just yet. I'm still debating. I'm still wondering. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. And at that point, while you still trying to figure it out, then you still team what? Devil at this point. Right. So until you figure it out, you stand what? Over there. And I'm going to stand what? Over here. And there's that line drawn in the what? In the sand. Because we ain't going to play the what? The fence. The fence means we don't plead the fifth. You just team devil. Until you get your stuff what? Together. That's it. That's what Yah's telling you. That's what Yah has always been telling you. And that's what Paul says. So, what agreement has the temple of the living Yah? As Yah has said in 16, I will dwell with them and walk in them. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. That's the only harmony he got now, right? Want you what? How you know? 17 tells you. Wherefore, come out from what? Amongst them, and be ye separate, says Yah, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will what? Receive you. See, that's when the harmony is in play. This, my friend, is the fasting part. Because now once you have separated yourself, now you can pray and get those prayers what? Answered. Because you had to make it clear. See, that's why y'all say you pray amiss. I can't really, because you still got lust. You still got this stuff going on. You still hanging around the wrongs. You know what I'm talking about? You still want to plead the fifth. I need to know what side you're on. That's why Yahushua said, "O ye of little what? Faith." So faith had everything to do with being separate. Be ye holy, for I am what? Separate yourself from any form of what? Wickedness or evil. And I just showed you what some of the things that you didn't think were evil are. I can't sit there and hang out with somebody who still got slaves and say, well, me and them cool. I can't hang out with a person who's about greed and still say, but me and them, we all right. No harm, no foul. No, baby, if that's the case, he's telling you that you are team devil too. And I just slide you right over there with them. That's why Yahushua said he can get a prayer answer, because we know he was totally what? Separate from any. Not saying that he couldn't be amongst them, because we know he was always amongst Pharisees and stuff. We get that part. But what he was saying, right, there's no relationship between us two. There's, like I said, no shaking of the hands. There is no patting each other on the back and say, yeah, good job, Cain, and Abel say, yeah, bad, you did it. No, Abel was in the dirt. He wasn't saying, oh, that's my brother Cain. You know him. He's a real stand-up guy. You don't promote it because you know it's evil. So you can't be advertising. You can't be seen in the poster with him. You can't be seen shaking hands because, yeah, you guilty by what? Association. That's what they don't tell you. That's what the entanglement is. That's why they call it adultery at that point. Oh, you rolling with the enemy, acting like you rolling with Yah.
That's what
Yep.
You have to separate someone from the people.
Ain't that what happened to T.D. Jakes? He should have separated himself what? Completely. And he got what? Caught up, didn't he? See, it's deadly. Those things are deadly. Meaning once you commit them, Yah coming for you. He sends the sword after you at that point to chop you what? Chop you down. And they call him. You can't have a friendship with the devil and have a friendship with Yah too. It's impossible. So you can't, at least that's why y'all tell you can't serve what? Two masters. You can't. You either, we say, if you love money, say, when you looked at the coin, say, give that to Caesar, but give unto Yah what belongs to the Yah. He's not with you. He's not going to accept your money. He's not going to accept it. Much as you try to say, but it's good. That's what Judas thought. But nevertheless, right? Did he make it in heaven?
No.
He was chopped down, wasn't he? So whatever excuse you tried to make and justify it to Yah, you just still held guilty. And that's going to weigh you down. Right? That's why I tell you, make these separation, doing so, cutting off all that stuff, them entanglement, all that clutteriness of lies, actually makes you lighter, that you can begin to float and lift upwards when it's time for you to go see God, because you have kept your hands what? Clean. I have not accepted no bribe. I haven't accepted no dirty, no filthiness of a person who ain't trying to live none with God and accept them into my house.
Access back.
Right. Excess baggage. Right? We got it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's move on. These are things I need y'all to understand. 1 Corinthians 10. This is how you know if you're in harmony with God. That's why I share with y'all these things, so that you will know. See, this ain't no iffy walk. Y'all don't look at it as an iffy walk. He knows who is and who ain't. That's all. It's plain to them. And it's going to be even more plainer to you when a person really is and when a person really ain't. Right? Because he said you will know them by their what? Fruit. You're going to know them. Right? Your room can't be full of polka dots, like looking like Dalmatians. Right? And still say you team Yah. When it should have been all what? Melanated, right? Yeah. So 10 says, moreover, brethren, because all Israel what? Ain't Israel. See that he calling them out. Those who make unions with what? The enemy. He calls them out. That's not Israel. He looking for what type of Israel? A pure what? A pure Israel. Without stain. Those are the stains he's talking about. Those 7 days, those are stains to Yah on your ministry. Those are spots on your ministry. Dirts build up, caked up on your ministry. That's why your ministry ain't as clean as it could be. That's why Yahushua said, that's why y'all can't cast out that demon. Because you lack what? The prayer, and then you lack what? Fasting. Now you get what fasting means. It's to fast from what? Participating in all that other junk. When you say you set apart, you what?
Yes.
Yes, you are set apart. That's what fasting and faith meant. That way they call them faithless. So faith and fasting was the same thing, and it's also the same as holiness. It's the same. All three are alike. All three are one. Faith, fasting, and holy, set apart, are all means the same thing. Wrap them together, tie them up, and your stick will be stronger. That you understand all three are the same in this walk. That's why Paul used to always say, I fought the good fight of what? Faith. What was he fighting against? The temptations of falling back into. That's why the devil tried to tempt Yahushua, didn't he? With them same things. Try to tempt him with greed. Try to tempt him with gluttony. I make you ruler over the. See, ruler. So ain't that gluttony? You get what's the same thing he offered to Eve, right? Adam and Eve, bite the apple, and I make you what? Gods. That means rulers over what? I want it all. That's gluttony. And she said she looked at the apple and she thought it was good to eat. And she brought it to Adam and said, look, meaning the teaching. See, it was just the apple represented the teaching. I make you gods if you just receive this understanding, this knowledge. That I know y'all said this, right? But there's another alternative. Ain't that what the devil offered them? An alternative. Yeah. Which there is no what?
Alternative.
That's the great deception, that there is an alternative. There is another way. There is another door. There's none. It's only one truth. That way you said it's only how many roads to heaven? One. And broad is a way that leads to destruction. So he says, moreover, in 1 Corinthians 10, start at verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not have you should be ignorant. See, I don't want you to be ignorant. Those that in this world is no good for us to be ignorant anymore concerning what we're doing. How that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea, the Red Sea, when they came out of Egypt. And all were baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. And all did eat the same spiritual meat, what they call it, the manna that came from heaven. Remember the bread of heaven? Yeah, the stuff fell on them and stuff, and they ate it. And all did drink the same spiritual drink. So he's telling you it's the teaching, ain't it? Spiritual drink, spiritual meat, it's what? It's teachings, ain't it? Because don't they always say food for what? Food for thought. For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. That rock was who? Yahusha. But with many of them, Yah was not well pleased. Right? Because they was taught. That was the rock they talking about. They were taught by Yahusha himself, even in those days. Though they didn't know his name was Yahusha then. For they, he says, but for they were what? Overthrown where? In the wilderness. See, he overthrew them. Why? Now, these things were for our examples, to the intent that we should not what? Lust after what? Evil things. As they also what? Lusted. Remember we just said well, that's what lust is. You see it now? Lust is to desire what? Evil what?
Things.
Evil things. Evil meaning those things. So be rich, greed, gluttony. Those are evil things to desire. That's the things that got all the people before us, got them torn down because of wanting those things. So we got to remember to keep our faith clean, that we, even though we in this ministry, we're not trying to what? Gravitate to those things. Those things got them caught up. Don't fall for the same what? Foolishness. And try to think you still in the walk after that. That's what's going to get you. I mean, you've been blinded. You've been blinded if you fall for it. Right? No matter how you try to like poop. Think about poop for manure for a moment. You can sprinkle glitter on it. You can put nail polish on it to try to shine it up. Think of a turd. I'm just saying. You can try to shine it up with nail polish, glitter, sprinkle some glitter on it. You can still try to add some sugar to it. Right? But poop is still what? Because when you bite into it, all that stuff you added to it still gonna be what? Poop. It's not gonna make it taste no better. You can roll it in the Tootsie Pop paper just to try to make it appear to be candy. But it's still what? Yeah, so there's no cleaning that up. That's what he's trying to let you understand. There's no cleaning that up. There's nothing you can do with that. It's defiled. It's dirty. It's poop. It's nasty. It's rotten. Matter of fact, you put it on, it's going to probably burn through you through acid. It's not going to, leave it alone. Don't try to find a way to clean it off and still try to make use of it. That's what Esau does. He loved to dig in the trash. Say, man, I can just wipe it. I can make use of that. Let those teachings what? Go. So to be rich, is that a good teaching? No. Let it go. Right? Just let it go. Just don't even desire it. Whatever Yah does get to you, that's what you receive. But don't go about your way to try to be what? Rich. It's a trap. It's a trap. So he says, number 6, 10 and 6. 1 Corinthians 10 and 6. Now these things were our example to the intent that we should not lust after these evil things as they also lusted and was what? Overthrown and destroyed. Neither be ye what? Idolaters. So we don't worship what? Idols. As were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink and rose to play. Why did he say that need to be idolaters? Now this was Ephraim. It was out there with him, and he said that Ephraim let him go because he went to go serve idols, meaning let him go. To serve idols was this. Why y'all got upset with Ephraim, which was one of the sons of Joseph? It's because they was taught the truth. Moses had brought them out. They had swords, they had bows. They was in the middle of battle. Right before they went into battle, Moses had already divided some of the land up, right? So he gave Ephraim his little piece of land already, somebody ahead of time, and told Ephraim, okay, enjoy for a little bit, now it's time to go fight. Because guess what? All of Israel ain't got their stuff yet. Y'all got y'all's, but now come on, get your sword, pick up your bows and arrows, because we still gotta go finish this. For who? For the rest of Israel. But, right, when they was finished to go into battle, Ephraim considered his stuff. And they said, with the sword in hand and the bow, the children of Ephraim turned back and say, nah, you know what, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to our Our stuff. But y'all say, y'all in the middle of battle. In the middle of war. And you're going to turn back just because you want to go check on your stuff? Then that was what idolaters meant. You worried about that material stuff over this walk, this faith. So that is another thing don't get caught up in, right? Materialistic things and get too busy for the what? The ministry of who? Yeah. How do you know when you can take a break? When what? When all of Israel was restored. I know, see, that's the thing about it, is we got to understand, Yah's going to bless us along the way. But we still have to stay In the way. Along the way, meaning that all Israel will be saved. But we have to do our fair share in it too, to help them be saved. Now, in return, we're going to be rewarded, right, along the way. But it's not for us to get our stuff and then say, okay, now that I got my check, I'm done. I'm done. I ain't fighting no more. But that's why the parable comes in where it says, but the last is going to be first. And the first is what? Because you can't stop just because you got yours. You can't stop. Because all those things will be there after it's over. Understand that. Ephraim didn't understand it. Ephraim said, now, you know what? Remember that I read to y'all that parable before where it's talking about when Yah says, come, and then they started making excuses to me. I just bought me a car, right? I just got me a new house, right? I just got married. The other one talking about, yes, I just got me about 4 new horses and stuff. I can't go. I got to go check on my stuff. And he said Yah was angry with them. Right. And he destroyed them, didn't he? See, that's the thing with Yah. That's what idolatry is that now you begin to worship the stuff you just got and give up on the walk of Yah. Never do that. Like, it's not just material things, because the other one said, I just got married. So then who was his idol? His wife. He chasing behind her, but got a whole walk he supposed to been what? Because remember, he said they had the what in their hand? The sword and the bow. So that means they was in the middle of what? War. So the goal was that he's supposed to have been freeing all of Israel. And Yah had already gave him his portion, but then once he got his portion, he was like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. That's what like celebrities normally do, right? They say they're gonna for the people until they get that check, don't they? Then they get that check. Now, like, you know what? Like Uncle Elroy said, I know what I said, but when I got my check, I was gone. I left the hood. I never looked back. I didn't care what happened to them then. Which they do, right? They can care less after they get theirs. And that's what Yah told you. That's also another no-no. You can't stop until all Israel is what? Saved. That is a command. There's no, like I told you, you better understand with Yah, there's no alternatives. That stuff will be there when you return. It will be there. Yah will make sure. It will be there. Yah ain't gonna give it to you and then what? Take it away from you. No, Yah gives it to you. It's yours. So Yah will preserve it for you when you what? If y'all give you a whole land, a garden, and you tell you, come on, time you go to battle, time you go fight for the rest of your people, you go. You kiss them there, I'll be back. And you will return. You will go out and what? Make it back. But that's the thing. You gotta finish it. This was not a walk for you not to finish. It was meant for you to what? Finish it. And now you understand what is the finishing is until what? All Israel is what?
Same.
That's and there's no alternative to that. There's no other deal that can be made. There's no like I said, there's no multiverse. There's no other option. Can I get my cake and then I can? I said now you done fell into idolatry because you worshiping that stuff over who? Yeah. Like that's why Yahushua said it when the snake said, turn these stones into bread. And he said, man don't live but by bread alone, but by what? Every word that proceeds out of the heavenly parent's mouth. Meaning, I know you give me some bread, but I ain't gonna live just off this bread what? Alone. Because once this is gone, who gonna give me my next what? Meal? Who gonna give me my next meal? See, she worried about chasing after that husband, but once he died, who gonna give her her next husband? Wasn't it Yah? So you gotta still follow who? Because Yah is the one keeps you what? Your next meal's coming. Because you don't know where your next meal is gonna what? Come from. So that's why you have to stick with Yah. You have to stick with him because you don't know where your next meal is coming from. See what goes on beyond, me. If Yah take me to that, what goes on beyond me? See, that's why you need who? Better make sure you got Yah. Because Yah takes you going and keeps you going. That's why you have to have harmony with Yah. Because Yah will deliver you to what's your next meal. Think of sheep like flocks and shepherds. And that's what the shepherd is always doing, what? Taking the sheep to their next what? Little pasture, right? Where they can graze at and eat next to a little drink of water. Because they don't know where it's going to come from. They just know they got to follow that shepherd, don't they? And we hope that the shepherd know where they're going. But trust me, the true shepherd is Yahushua. He always knows where he's what? Where he's going. The Spirit always knows. The Spirit always knows where it's going. You just got to follow the what? The Spirit. It always knows where it's going. If it tell you to stop and eat, you stop and what? You graze like sheep. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to eat, meaning teaching. They'll take you to a certain teaching and say, here, stop. Now eat. And you be like, well, okay, what this is? This corn today, right? Yeah, I'm going to eat this corn, And it's really a teaching because you're going to learn something from it. Yahweh enlighten you. Then after that, y'all say, come now, let's go. Y'all ready? Let's go. We're going to move to this next little piece now. Oh, we stop. Y'all graze, eat here. Okay, what this? Oh, this wheat. Oh, okay, yeah. You learned something there. A new teacher. Then after that, y'all say, okay, now let's get up. Everybody go, let's go. That's why he said he was there for them when they came out of Egypt, wasn't he? He said by day he was what? A cloud by day and a pillar of fire by what? Night. Didn't he say that he was leading them around to different places where they was going to learn new things according to what Yah wanted to teach them. So you got to go. You got to go with him. Wherever he land until you eat, you guess what? You eat. Meaning receive they what? Teachings. Exactly. That's how you are. You're travelers out here. Y'all gonna land you to people until you receive their teachings. Right? Hallelujah. All right. So they says it. Verse 7. So neither be idolaters as some of them were, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink. See, eat and drink what? A new teaching. And they rose up to what? To play. They ate something they weren't supposed to eat. Now they want to play. Right? Play with who? Play with your intelligence. Play with Yah. Right now, they on some more stuff now. They ain't in the truth anymore. 8, neither let us commit fornication as some of them committed and fell in one day 23,000, meaning Yah plagued them. Because they committed what? Fornication. Fornication is to join with your what? With your enemy. It's fornication. Because they are of a lesser sort than you. You don't have to be like them. Don't try to be like them. That's fornication. Don't entangle yourself with their teachings and their stuff. If that person a Buddhist, okay, that's you. That ain't me. Right? Remain as you are. Okay. 9, neither let us tempt Yahusha, as some of them tempted and were destroyed of what? Serpents, snakes. Neither murmured, as some of them murmured, and they were destroyed of the destroyer. You see, look at all these things. You're going to get, I tell you, these are sins getting you tore up. Now, all these things happen unto them for an ensample, and they are written for our admonishment or warning, upon whom the ends of the world are come, meaning to us in these last days. Wherefore let him think it, he standeth, take heed, lest he what? Fall. So him who think he's standing, take heed, lest he what? Fall. Why? Because you didn't know some of this stuff is sins, did you? So you got to take heed to, let me check and double check now. Because some of the stuff I thought I was standing in, I couldn't find out I wasn't what? Standing, because I thought they was my friends. Nope. Now I got to make my friend list a lot more smaller, right? My circle has to get a lot more what? Smaller. If you talking about really walking in this thing. 13, most important. You see, watch this here. They have no temptation taking you but such as common to man. See, ain't nothing new under the sun. He's telling you right here, the same thing that you fall for, guess what? They fell for back in the days. And that's what got them in what? Destroyed. And that's what got you in what? Captivity. Telling you that now. The same things. Don't fall for them. Because your forefathers, what? They fell for them. They said, Esau was our friend. The Asians, they cool with us. See, our forefathers thought the same thing. That's lies about money, materialistic things. They fell for the same thing. So he said, ain't nothing new. It has no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. See, these things been out from ancient times. That's why it's called dust now. Ancient teachings that were always evil, what? These teachings been out for a long time. They've been in the dust. They whisper from the dust. Hey, you want to be rich? Hey, I know you get tired of not being so. I know you want to be somebody out here. So all that stuff, it what? Speaks to you. But it's speaking to you from where? From the dust. From the ground. Something that's already been what? Torn down by who? Yeah. But they still be trying. Remember Esau? Remember Cain. He told Cain, you can rule over sin. Sin is at the door. So that means sin didn't have a body. See, it was just whispering to him. Like, Cain, if you kill your brother, you can be the man. See, he whispered it to him. But it didn't have a body, did it? But it needed him to what? To have a body. Like Chucky, right? Then he received it. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'll do. And when he did that, the two became what? Him with that bad, evil spirit. When him and that evil spirit locked lips. And they went about and did the evil. Then once he did the evil, he wanted to get loose from it. But he was like, no. Same way Esau, right? Once he did the evil, he wanted to get loose from it. But then that evil holds on then. Where you going? We married now. We in this to death do us what? Yeah. See, ain't that what he mean? These temptations are of evil spirits. They don't have bodies, but they need you to participate in order to have a body. See, that's the thing. These spirits are ancient spirits, meaning they used to have a body. Then when y'all killed them, right? the spirit like ghost hovers and okay, now I need another what?
Right.
I need another body. So they go around to find the next person who got the same mindset like that. And it's like, I can use that person. They got about the same mind I got. And we become what? One. And then at that point, they change, don't they? That person get to acting what? Different. Like, what's wrong with you? They different because they got that what in them? That spirit. Right? And they be like, you're not yourself. Yeah, they not. What's gotten into you, they say. Spirits. It's what got into Cain. It's what got into Esau. Those same nasty, devilish spirits, same of them 7 things got into him and corrupted him. Now they're a part of him. They ain't gonna leave him. Because he ain't, they make sure once they latch on to you, they make sure you going to hell. And that's the captivity that's gonna take you what? Captive. They're gonna drag you there. Like, you coming. You coming with me. You're like, nah, let me go. Like, nope. Nope. You shouldn't have what? Participated. Gotcha. All right? So he says, no temptation, but Yah is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are what? Able. But with the temptation, also make a way to what? Escape it, that you may be able to bear it. Because Yah don't want you to let them things tempt you. That's why he called them serpents. And I used to wonder why he always called them serpents, like little snakes. Because those be little puffs of spirits. They be like little worms, like trying to get all in your ear and stuff. You ever seen them like, people have them little things sucking on their brain, little maggots and stuff. They'll be them little bad little spirits. I bet Esau got a bunch of maggots on his brain. I'm just saying, just sucking on them, talking to them. That's why Randy Orton used to say what? I hear voices in my head. He talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. Right? Hey, them voices. What's wrong with you, boy? Wherefore, my beloved friend, flee from adultery. Right? Let's move on. All right. Now, because of this, go to Matthew 23. Now, because of these things, Yahushua used to tell us, he used to be like, beware of the leaven of the what? The Pharisees, meaning beware of their bread. See, they meat. Beware of their what? Teachings. Because they teachings will always tell you, remember, because they just said that they didn't have enough. So the Pharisees will always try to point you right back to what? To the evil. Come on now, you need this. Before you go, you need this. And he'd be like, but y'all used to always tell them what? You don't need it. You don't need it. Beware of their teachings, you don't need them. Why? It's gonna tell you right here. Because that's what they teach those deadly ones. What's up?
Oh, that's what David is about to fight Goliath. It was Saul. He was trying to give him armor.
Oh, his teaching, basically what he trusted in, right? Yeah, King Saul tried to give David his armor before he finna fight Goliath. The old king. He's like, you wear my stuff, you can fight him with mine. He was like, David looked at that stuff like, I can't wear this. This ain't me. It's too much, but it's not me. Meaning this is not what I trust in. He said, and he told David, he told King, he said, man, I done fought. I'm a shepherd's boy. It was like, I'm a shepherd boy out here. And I had to watch the shepherd many nights from out to keep them out of harm's way. I had to fight a wolf. You know what I'm saying about? And I had to rescue the sheep out of the mouth of the wolf. I had to rescue the sheep out of the mouth of the bear. I had to rescue the sheep out the mouth of a lion and a tiger. He was saying, so he said, so I know what got me through. And this armor it's not me. I'm gonna go back to my roots. I'm gonna use what been rescuing me in those sheeps, right? And that's what you have to always look where within. But what Yah has already blessed you with, that's what you got to keep going with, right? Always remember that. This faith that Yah put in you, you keep going in. It's a gift of Yah. It's a gift, but you got to continue in the gift. Don't betray the what? The gift. Don't betray it for anything else. Just trust in it. Put your faith full in it. And stay clean from letting anything else thing what? Try to turn you. You don't need those things. You didn't need them to get here. You didn't get to this point with those things, did you? They didn't bring you here, and it sure ain't gonna take you out of here. So you keep going. Keep going. That's why I would tell you us, pack light. Right? Pack light, that's what that means. It didn't get you here, so you don't need it to get out of here. You didn't ride no red carpet rug in here like Aladdin, so you don't need no red carpet rug to ride out of here. That's why Joe used to say, man, naked I came, what? Naked I shall return. What's the point of this new stuff? No, I didn't need it then. So I don't need these new teachings, what? Now, I don't need to be equipped with that stuff. Like you said, that armor. I don't need that type of armor now. I don't need Egyptian armor. I don't need to be a part of the Muslims. I don't need to be a part of Illuminati's to make it now. I wasn't with that stuff before. I wasn't in that stuff before. So I don't need it now. Right? I was happy with not having. I'm cool with it. I can love. I can still be with my family and be just as rich as somebody who what? Who rich will be miserable though. So what's the point? I'm happy now. I'm good. I see my family every day. I'm happy. And I want to see Israel rescued too. So I'm good with that. I don't need the extra. Nobody can't tell me now all of a sudden I need Edomites to achieve this. Or now I need the Asians to achieve this. Or now I need science to achieve. I need technology to achieve this now. All this new stuff and gadgets and gadgets and all. Do I really need all those things to achieve it? But if I didn't have it then, and I got this far without it, then guess what? Keep going with what you know. Keep going in that truth, right? Your heart gonna let you know. You hear me? Your heart just gonna let you know if you need it or not. But you definitely don't need none of that stuff that belongs to Esau, especially them 7 deadly sins. Those things you know for sure. If it falls in one of those 7 categories, don't fool with it. Because instead of giving you life, it's gonna give you what? That's why they call them deadly. Everybody who uses those things have been destroyed and are awaiting to be what? Destroyed. Exactly. All right. So Yahushua spoke to the multitude and to his disciples and saying, the scribes and the Pharisees, see, they sit in Moses' seat. See, they think that they're the ones that's going to teach us, think they are great teachers of the law, great teachers, these old scribes and Pharisees. But he's going to say, we'll show you what they teach. He said, therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, and that observe and do. But do not eat after their works, for they say and do not. So people, we get that because they already try to mislead you with that right there by telling you, just do what they say. That's that. Do what I say, not as I do. That's what they're trying to say, but we know that's not what that means right there. It is a misinterpretation, and it was written that way to deceive you. Somebody rewrote that. But actually what he was telling you, of course, what you think he really was telling you about the Pharisees? If he said, beware the leaven of the Pharisees, beware of their teachings. Does he tell you to do what they say? No. Why would he tell you to do what they say? He just say, beware of their teachings. So right here, talking about just do what they say. No. He's just telling you that whatever they tell you to do, consider. Reason within yourself. And see if it's good or no. Yay or what? Nay. Or nay. But if anything that is good, that you what? Keep. That you keep. But if it's you reason that it is no good, what? Don't do it. That's what he's telling. So he said, for they say and they do not. But he's also saying, don't be a hearer of the word only, but be a what? A doer. That's what he's trying to really say right there. That they don't never do what they say they what? That they about. They're not about that. That we calling them, basically right there, he's calling them hypocrites to their face. These are hypocrites. So he's saying you don't observe their behavior and fall into the same categories as them. He said, for they will bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne. The heavy, what is the heavy burdens? Those 7 deadly what? That's heavy, right? Because if you hold on to them, it's going to what? Mess you up. It also brings you to the valley of what? Jehoshaphat. Exactly. See, it's a trick. It's a trick. It's going to bind you down heavy. And what? Come on. I don't want to go. Yeah, come on. Because remember, you are really in opposition of Yah. So that's why I said they wouldn't dare tell you to do what they say do, because they know what they say do going to get you sent what? To the valley of what? And you're going to be judged and you ain't going to make it out of that one. So no, you ain't supposed to be doing what they say do. Obviously, no. It's a trap. It's a trick. He just needs you to understand that's what it is. They're going to dress up like they really, they're wolf and what? They dress up. That's what he's telling you. They dress the part to make you think that they somebody that you need to what? Receive counsel from, but they're not. They're not the counselors. They can't teach you what electives you need to take that you're going to pass this grade, because they're going to lie to you. They're going to turn you away from Yah instead of bringing you what? Closer to what? Exactly. And they laid them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. Meaning they will not bring the kingdom of heaven no closer with one of their fingers. Meaning they will tell you, whatever they tell you to do, ain't gonna draw the kingdom of heaven no closer to you. You ain't get no closer to Yah, basically, right? Matter of fact, it what? Makes you further away. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad the philanthropies and enlarge the borders of their garments. Broad their philanthropies. Philanthropies is like medicine. So it says they make it broad. Broad meaning they telling you that this is for what? Everybody. God is for what? Everybody. See that we say they make broad. That we all in this. You gotta work with them. Work with them. We can work with the Africans too. Yeah, work with them all. So we say they make it broad. That's the remedy. The medicine is broad. That God so loved the world. That's what it means. They make broad the interpretation of what will heal us. They don't make it certain. They don't make it exact. They just tell us that everybody is about everybody. Yellow, black, and white, we are precious, all precious in any sight. We are all the little children of the Lord. And we know that even that song is a what? It's a lie. And so by doing so, they enlarge the borders of their garments. What do they mean? They extend themselves out, because teaching that you can have all things, enlarge their borders mean they become what? Gluttons. They enlarging themselves, meaning they having more and more members, ain't they? They trying to what? Rule over a lot. Enlarging their borders of their garments. And they love what? Because the devil, one thing I know about the devil, if you come to your church, one thing about the devil will never be found where? In the audience. So where the devil will always be found? On the pulpit. The teacher. And in the church, the devil is never going to sit in the back and listen. He want to teach. He want to teach. That's where you will always find the devil. That's what they mean. They love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the churches, right? In the synagogues. They want the chief seat. Who's the chief? The leader. And the greetings in the markets. And to be called of men, they want to be called of men something great. Like, call me rabbi, great teacher, and masters, right? But do not call them, see? Don't call them your teachers and masters, because they not. Don't give them that what? Title. They want to be called y'all leaders. The ones you have to look up to. The ones you got to take my advice. Take heed to what I'm saying. He's telling you don't give them that title, because that's not who they are. They're liars, if anything. For one is your master, even who? Yahushua. See, he's your greatest teacher. And everyone else together are just what? Brethren. That's what he's trying to say. Don't give them no high what? Position over you. He said, because we all supposed to be what? One. So if they trying to be high, then they already what? Lying to you. That Yah says that I'm supposed to be over you. That's already the lie. That if you fall for it and sit down in the congregation, you done got already. You done got already. Because no, they is not your leaders and they're not leading you to Yah. They're not your shepherds. They're not leading y'all to Yah. They're leading you away from it. Listen to their teachings. Look at the tree by the fruit. Are they drawing you to Yah or turning you what? Away. They always say they make broad they philanthropy. They make broad. Broad mean they start inviting what? Everybody in. That's how you know. Oh, wait. What, them too? Yeah, all them coming in too? Yeah, we need more members, brother. We trying to grow this ministry. Right, they greedy. And they what? Gluttonous. Watch. Because that's what they do. 9. So you call no man your father upon the earth. See, for one is your father, which is in what? Heaven. One is your creator. Father, heaven, that's when your heavenly parents. Don't let them ever make them feel like they made you. That's what they're talking about at that point. Because that's the first thing they want to do now at that point. They're going to be like, I made you. Right? I make you, I can what? Break you. If you don't do what I say, I made you and I can what? Break you, right? But did they truly make you? Are they your heavenly parents? Not at all. And did they get you to this point? Not at all. It's the same thing. Because some of us get confused after we reach a certain point in life, then somebody will begin to try to make it feel like that I control you. I don't want the reason why, like, you can work a job and that's when your boss starts talking about, I can make sure that, I can either bless you or I can get you what? Fired, right? At that point, why, you threatening me? Who do you, you're not my father. You're not my heavenly parent. You didn't make me, you can't what? Break me. You didn't get me to this point. Right? So that's what it means right there. So neither be called masters, for there's only one master, that's Yahushua, one teacher. But he that is greatest among you shall be your what? So he already tell you what goes up, what? Or that wants to go up must what first what? Come down. See, that's what he's telling you. You can't stay up there. You have to what? If you in this walk with me, you have to what? Because we had to what? Come down. So there's no impossible. He said you're not greater than the masters. You got to start anew, just like we did. And anybody that does not start anew or refusal to start anew are still what they call what? Unbelievers. They don't believe that they need to what? Do that. That's what makes it a what? Unbelievable. I don't think I should have to do that. But we in it. Hallelujah. Right? No, it don't work like that. Now we are. That's not the faith. That is not the faith. See, there's some things in this faith you're going to have to what? Let go. And if you're not willing or afraid to let them go, then you just understand you was never in the faith. That you was what they call unstable. Unstable means when I did tell you to do something, don't think that you shall receive anything from Yah if you are unstable in your teaching. Meaning if you don't know if you coming or going, I can't use a person like that, right? I need to know you in it or you not in it. Whether you have something or what, or don't. That's what Job had to show us, didn't he? Whether he was, one day he was doing good, next day he wasn't doing good, but did he turn from Yah? That's the question. That's the whole point. You don't turn. Because the good Lord giveth, and the good Lord what? Taketh. And then the good Lord can also what? Give it back. Always know that. But we don't abandon him just because things don't look too pretty now. Right? Maybe you're being tested. Just like Job, right? Yah says, if I test you, then even more so, a test just means a bigger blessing is what? On the way. So therefore, even more so, don't abandon because you see the hardship coming. Don't abandon Job. Abandon ship, abort mission. No, you ride it out. You ride it out. The same way, remember when the lights went out and stuff like that in the middle of the summer, we what? We rolled it out.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Ride it out. You don't give, I quit. We give up. We moving out of here. Let's get up. Everybody pack your backpack. Let's go. We done. Right? Can't do it now. I can't go another day. Yeah, that's weak of faith. That's O ye of little what? Faith. Gotta stick in there with y'all. It's gonna be good days and they're gonna be what? Testing days. But in those testing days, you know you still gotta stand firm. It's just y'all just making sure that you say, cause when we love you, what? Chastise. They're just making sure you still on team, y'all. That's it. Just make sure. Okay, I know you ain't been tested in a while. Let me try them today. Are you still team, y'all? Yes, still team, y'all. Good. Okay, now let's move on. Here you go. Take this blessing. Let's move on. Now you show growth. Right. That's what it is. So he tells you what goes up has to come down. That's what I tell you. I said there is no other agreement. All right? Let me see. Don't want any more out of this. The whole thing is good. Oh yeah. Let's skip down to 23. It says, woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites. See right there. Yeah, I ain't said it was hypocrites. Y'all called them hypocrites. Why? Because you ain't truly, when they call you hypocrites, because you say you in the faith. You dress like you in the faith, but you ain't really what? You ain't in the faith. Because these are the things that determine if are you in the faith or not. Mm-hmm. For you pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin and have omitted means to delete. You have deleted the weightier matters of the law. It's meaning you dress the part, you give small things towards it, but the weightier things that really does matter of this faith, you have denied. You have omitted it. You have deleted it, saying that it's not what? It's not necessary. It's not necessary that we do these things. This is some things that they say it's not necessary. Which we know it is what? Even more so is necessary. First thing they said, judgment was not necessary. Why? How do you say they say judgment is not? Because what's the first thing they tell you? You can't what? You can't judge. Who you think you is? Who? But the scriptures just said it. The scriptures just said it. That's the first thing they want to do is tell you that you can't do judgment. But that is a complete lie. Y'all created you for what? For judgment. You was created to speak the words of Yah out of your mouth. He didn't say you're going to be judging the 12 tribes of what? Israel. Judgment just means that you tell a person the what? The truth. They tell you, no, you ain't. So when you get ready to hit them with the truth, they know you can't judge me. You can't say nothing about my sin. Yeah, you can't say nothing about what I got going on. But that's judgment. I can. If y'all tell me to tell you that what you're doing is what? Wrong, I'm supposed to tell you that. But no, you can't judge me. Who gave you the authority, the right to say it? You ain't perfect. You can't say nothing. I'm only doing what y'all told me to do. And number two, my hands are clean enough to be able to say something. See, that's the whole point. They don't say the whole part of it. They say you can't judge me. Why? Because your hands are what? Dirty. But that's the thing. Remember, he just said, but if your hands are what? Clean. Then you can speak what? Clearly and cleanly. That's what makes you sharp and not blunt. See, that's the point. They can't stand to see, like Yahushua, they used to say to them, you can't tell us nothing. Who gave you the authority to say something? And Yahushua said, well, who gave Moses the authority? Right? Who gave Enoch the authority? Who gave Elijah the authority? Right? Who gave Paul the authority? These same people. Who gave Isaiah the authority? Who gave Abraham the authority? Right? Who gave Jacob the authority? It wasn't, but they didn't sign no piece of paper that gave them the authority. So that's what you're looking for. Where's the paper that you signed? Where's the boss that signed your paperwork said that you can say something? You ain't got no paper. I don't see no paperwork. It don't come with paperwork. See, what do you want to see to know that it is the truth? What license, what badge did you want me to wave? Right? To let you know that I can speak the truth. Right? What badge did I need to wave? Oh, this is my badge first that says I can speak the truth. Now, let me. No, it don't come like that. Oh, where's your who you think you is? Who told you that you can say anything? But you is supposed to call out what? Wrong. You ain't supposed to keep up the slothful is to be what? To stand what? Idly by. Right? You ain't don't say nothing. See, that's called being slothful. When you don't what? Say. Exactly. That is a sin, isn't it? Ain't that one of the deadly what? Say. Not to say nothing is very deadly. Not to set your people free is very deadly. The same spirit that they walked in righteousness, the same spirit I'm just about restoring. And ain't nothing wrong with that. So don't tell me that I can't say nothing because that you don't have no authority. That's all I'm really telling you at this point. Who told you can hold them captive? That's where's your authority? Where is your authority? Show me a scripture or two that says what you doing is right. Don't question me for telling you wrong, but question yourself as are you in the truth? That's the thing. They don't want you to say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Who told you can say something? Who made you a judge over us? The same one who made Moses a judge. It's what it's saying, the same spirit that told you to do what? Restore and do what? Righteousness. And when a person ain't doing righteousness, to tell them that they ain't doing righteousness is judgment. Because you're just telling them the what? The truth. Though they try to say you don't have no right to say nothing. If I see you riding there trying to kidnap a child and I don't say nothing, then I'm just as guilty as you. I must speak on that. Wrong is wrong. Right is right.
So thou shalt not judge is not. It don't matter. Thou shalt not judge.
When it's talking about judging, he says that the children of Israel will go into what they call divine judgment. Divine judgment was the same thing whenever you cast out a devil. That's judged. That devil got what? Judged. When he said, get ye out from amongst them, you got judged. But you was commissioned to do so. The apostles, when Yahushua said they sent them out the 70 with joy, and said they came back and they said they seen the devil fall like lightning. That would said he got casted what? Out. That was judgment by them. So divine judgment is given to the children of Israel. They have to do judgment. That's what makes them what they are. That's what makes them set apart. It's not that they say, now judgment, this is what people get caught up in the part of judgment. It's because you begin to speak your own what? Truth. Don't do that. Only thing you are supposed to do is tell them what Yah has said concerning them. That's it. And it's not that you're even walking towards them for that purpose. That's another thing. It's definitely rules to it. You're not looking for any time at that point To set captivity captive, you just happen to stumble upon it a lot of times. Or it stumbles what? Upon you. And then the words begin to what? Flow. Thus says who? Yah. So that's me. It ain't my words. Like when it says right now, this is what I mean, judgment. If a white person asks me, well, what's my fate? Judgment is to tell them. What does the Bible say about your fate? Does the Bible say Esau's going to make it? No. And I would have to tell Esau, I would look him in the face and say, you're going to be rooted out of heaven and what? Earth. That's what? Judgment. It was just the truth. That's all judgment is. It's just telling them the what? The truth according to the Bible. For everybody that walks to you, just have to tell them what Yah says concerning them or concerning the deed that they're doing at that time. The work. Yah, you are here to cast down evil. So that's what the judgment is. It's just a divine judgment. It's to speak the truth. Like when somebody walking around lying, divine judgment was that when Paul met this one person who was this one little man that was out here trying to get the spirit, and he wanted to pay cash money for it. He came to them talking about, can I pay for the spirit? And he said, man, because you said so, you're going to be what? Blinded for a time. That was what? Judgment. And he left what? Blind. He was blind. They had to help him. When Yahushua walked to the fig tree and it didn't bear the right proper fruit, he said, I cast you out from being here anymore. And then he left, the thing was gone. Withered away. That was judgment for that what? For that fig tree. Was he not supposed to say nothing to it? No, it's given to you. That is part of Yah. You have to go into judgment. But you can't speak your own words. You only got to say what thus says what? Concerning anybody. You ask me what your fate is, I have to tell you. It's just not like fortune cookies and stuff. No, it's just telling people the truth. That is divine judgment. Right? It's the truth. So yes, you're not, what I mean by judgment is not judgment. See, people get it twisted because they think judgment is pride. Judgment is not pride. True judgment is not pride. If I see a gay person come my way, I'm supposed to tell them that what? If you continue in that, what's going to happen? Right? That's judgment. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen to you if you continue down that path. That's judgment. The donkey spoke judgment to Balaam. And if you keep going, but was it not going to be true? That's what judgment is. You're just telling them the what? The truth. So you can tell a person the truth. Never, and you're supposed to not be afraid to what? He said, for Yah is with you, right? Who can what? That's it. It's not that you're going about to try to ruin nobody's life. That's not that at all. But if they come to you in such an evilish way, judgment was what Moses spoke unto Pharaoh. But you say, well, he wasn't supposed to. Yeah, he was. If Yah told him, sent them on that mission to what? Tell Pharaoh this. Tell Pharaoh what? This. So he was sent to give Pharaoh what? A message. That's it. So that's judgment. And he says, the children of Israel has been given unto them. That is of Yah. That is a gift to the children of Israel. That is an inheritance. They were given the law. They were given the laws of Moses. They were given the judgment of Yah. They was given the mouth of Yah. They are the mouthpiece of who? Yah on earth. They are the ambassadors of Yah. That's why he said the two become what? One. You are now my elect and my representative on earth. But you only supposed to speak what thus says what? Yah. That's it. That is what judgment is. Why? And how do you know? Because they hate to see you coming. That's how they know it rests upon you. They know it. So he's telling you, that's what he just says. You have omitted the weightier matters of the law. You have omitted judgment. Like you tell them they can't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Tell everybody they what? Blessed, blessed, blessed. But he said you cannot bless what I have what? And you can't curse what I have already what? Because that's judgment. Same thing. You only got to speak to them what thus says what? And we said, don't say what I didn't say, but you say what I what? Said. That's what he means. That's judgment. That's judgment. So don't say what I didn't say. Say what I said. Right? That's it. That's what he means. You can't curse what I have blessed, and you can't bless what I have what? Because you're only supposed to say what I told you to what? Right. Right. Another thing that they have omitted or told you don't worry about. This stuff doesn't matter to y'all. You don't supposed to do that. Mercy. Why I say mercy? What is mercy? Righteousness. You here to restore. Have mercy on them. Restore them. See, they told y'all ain't got to do that. You see? You see how they lied in the church? Keep everything is as it is. Keep what you got. Hold on what you see. But he said you supposed to have been teaching them people to have what? Mercy on who? The children of what? Israel. Restore them. You have lied because you didn't tell not one rich person that he had to do that, didn't you? You didn't tell them that they were supposed to do that. You kept that a what? Secret. You omitted it, meaning you deleted that part of being what? In this faith. You see? They admitted the judgment, telling people the truth. Always trying to tell them what they want to what? Yeah. There you go. That's what judgment. You telling them what they want to hear instead of telling them the what? True. And he said, you have omitted these things. What's another one? Faith. You have omitted the whole faith. You told these people that they faithless. You taught them to be what? Faithless. Without faith. Without being what? Set or what? Set apart. You told them broad. You probably with all of them. They have lied. These ought you have done, and not leave the other what? Undone. See, you supposed to do these things. Okay, that right there. Do we supposed to judgment? What did it just say? We supposed to do these things, right? Or leave them undone? You have to do these things. But Yah will show you and teach you how. Right? This is called really the vengeance of Yah. It's to speak the truth to them. Don't lie to them, tell them, look them dead in their face, tell them the truth. If they ain't gonna make it, they ain't gonna make it. Innocence of lying to them. That's what judgment is. 24, you blind guides was strained at a gnat. How you strain? You ever see people be squinting? The real word was squint. You squint at a gnat, like trying to find what? And the gnats are pretty small. How you gonna try to find some sin on the gnat? He said that's how much you watching them. You strain at them like you looking at a little gnat. Like, what you got right there? And you know you can't even see what that gnat holding, can you? He's so too small. But yet you trying to find what on? A spot, a blemish. You trying to find a reason to what? Hated them without a what? So you trying to find a cause. They always say you squint at it. Like, I know you got something. So that's the thing about the children of Yah. People who doing obvious sins right in their face, they let them bypass the back of their head. They keep walking all around them. But they squinting at you, right? Meaning squinting at a gnat means you ain't found nothing on them. But yet, you ain't settled on that. You still trying to what? Find something. Though ain't nothing what is given. Nothing is given. But you saying, but like how they said, you think you perfect. You think you better than us. I know you got something on you. But have you found anything thus far? I know you ain't right. I just know you ain't right. No, I know something. I'ma find it. I'ma find it. But then the people that's really just doing all manners of evil, right in their face, they're letting them go walk all around them, all past them. But they just so focused on you. Why? Because of what you come to do. See, they're not concerned with the rest of them. So that's when the devil ain't never concerned about people that are living as a devil. They can care less because they already caught. You see what I'm saying? I already got them. But it's you, because you trying to do righteous. You trying to do right. So before I can let you do so, I have to try to find something on you to that we can what? Qualify you. You got to find something. Because you're trying to do a good work. And we can't have it. So we're going to squint. Maybe there's something. Well, we didn't find nothing today, but we'll be back what? Tomorrow. And we'll be squinting again. They said like a lion sitting in the bushes watching all the little gazelles run by. And he just said, we're going to get one of them. Surely we're going to get one. We just got to wait for the scrabbler, the one that's weak, ain't as strong as the rest of them. We're going to wait. So they sit out there all day in the Sahara Desert in that hot sun, watching all the gazelles run by, watching all the wildebeest run by, watching all the zebras run by, and they like, I know you got something. And they don't go in until they what? Finally can catch one. Then when they catch one, they aha, we got him. No, we got one. We got one. Now they happy, right? They celebrate, they dance. Oh yeah, they throw party and throw around salami and zebra meat, slap each other with it and stuff. Yeah, cause they happy. We finally. Oh, it was a rough one. It took a while. It took a minute, but we finally found something that could feed us, something we can use. Right? Look, that's how they did Yahushua. The Pharisees used to. They didn't follow him around. That's what he said. Why y'all follow me around for? So they was like, he said, because do y'all come to learn? Y'all come to be taught? Pharisees tell me, you can't teach us nothing. I'm a Paul. You can't teach me nothing. So he said, well, why you following me then? Well, yeah, I can't tell you nothing. I can't teach you nothing. So why you need to be around me then, right? So then you understood. So you just waiting on me to what? Make a what? A mistake. You just waiting on a mistake. Right? Because the minute you say, well, I follow it because I'm, like that's what a spy does, right? Spy, they're not there for the teachings. They're not there to grow. They're not there. They're just there. Esau, for instance. The reason why y'all did not want y'all with Esau, the truth of the matter is because they don't want to be brothers with you. They want to be over you. Like the Pharisees wanted to be over Yahushua so bad. And you ask yourself, well, why do Edomites just want to be over us all the time? Why they never want to be with us, work together with us, as brothers? And it says because of this. Let me explain to you Esau's heart. In his heart of hearts, when he sees one of us, he's not looking to work together with us. But he needs to be over you, like I was reading to you. Those high positions is for a reason. It's so that they can oversee your what? Your death. They need to be over you so that they can finally trap you, that they can finally find that thing that they can use, that they can tear you down with. So they didn't come to do the look. Stuff can be on fire. They can care less. But as long as they can follow you around, that's why I told you to separate yourself from these types. Because you gotta understand what they there for. They always want to be with you. They sing kumbaya and say, nah, we all together in this, smiles and hugs. But secretly, they never want to be truly with you on anything. But they want to be what? So they can just stargaze. They just want to look until they what? Find something. Y'all gonna understand this revelation about Esau. That Esau only just wants to be with us till he what? Finds a way to finally destroy Israel altogether. So he always acts like, I just want to be with the blacks, but you don't. You don't want to be around it. The whole time you're around it, you're just spying, looking for that opportunity. Okay, well, let me see what they do. Follow their habits. Let me try to see what they routine is. You know, what do they do a lot? What do they like a lot? Who do they talk to quite often? You know what I mean? Just watching every little thing. Then they can say, aha, I think I got something. I think I can figure out a way. That's the only reason why they want to be around you. And I promise you that. The scriptures confirm it. Esau only wants to oversee your death. That's his sole purpose from saying that I see blacks and whites holding their hands together until the day they what? Till the day they kill you. That's it.
They didn't finish that sentence.
They didn't finish the sentence because they never finished their sentences. That's the thing about the strange conversation of Esau. You just hit it on the nose. Esau, the reason why they say his language is strange is because Esau never finishes his sentences. He never does. When he talks to you, he don't finish his what? Sentence. He finishes it where? In his head. Meaning this. He'll walk by and say, good morning. And you say good morning back, but what he didn't finish it. You're like, good morning. I hope this nigga. He never finishes his sentence. Not out loud, though. He finishes them in where? In his head. I promise you, that's how they talk. That's why I say, I don't get how they talk. They talk strange and weird. That's why, because they don't finish their sentence to you. They leave it open, what? Ended. To leave to any interpretation, because they already done finished the sentence in their head. They can't never tell you their diabolical part about why they even say anything to you. Right? Like he's like, even this. We would love to hold hands with the black people. We all for them. Until we what? Until we not. Exactly, until we get them. See, they don't finish the sentence. That's what you're going to learn about Esau. They don't finish the sentence. That's what I mean. They say, we're going to a strange land of people talking a strange language. That's that strange language. Right? Why you don't finish your sentence, Esau? Because I love you, but really I don't. Right? It's just that whisper part for me. Every time they say something, they got to come with the hell yeah, but no, really not. Until the point where you say, I heard you. Oh. Right? You heard me. Oh, Lord. Get out of here. Right? Okay. So therefore, it says, okay, let's finish it. 25. So it says now, these are you blind guides, 24. You strain in the net, but you swallow what? A camel. I mean, you take so much in. Because swallowing a camel is like, what does the camel have on his back? The hump. The hump is full of what?
Water.
And food. So he's telling you that Esau is very what? Burdened down with so many things, isn't he, right? So he swallows a whole camel, right? Of teachings. But he only what? Look at you like you ain't supposed to have what? Nothing. Right. 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of your cups and platters, but within you are full of extortion and what? Excess. What is extortion? Captivity. It's bribery. It's greed. And what? And it's murder. And excess is what? Trying to be what? Rich. Excess. More than what's needed. It's gluttony. Greed and gluttony right there. 26. You blind Pharisees. Cleanse first that which is within the cup. Talking about in your faith. The cup is what? The cup of faith. Clean that. Clean the inside of you. Your heart. Clean out your heart. Get all that excess, get all them deadly sins out of your heart. That way you're able to walk this faith what? Properly. That way you truly are in the faith. But not doing so, you're not in the faith because you're too dirty to be what? In the faith, because they say that's where you get this, when you ever hear them terms about a person is dirty, that's what they be meaning. Now, I'm not talking about filthy. When they say dirty, they talking about they normally saying that person is evil. No, say, man, don't mess with that, man, he dirty. He dirty. I mean, he do some what? Pretty low down things. Yes, dirty things. That's why they said that person dirty. Meaning don't mess with them because that's what they full of. They full of greed, gluttony. You know what I'm saying? They full of those evil things. That's why they call them what? Dirty. So when it says about the Pharisees, he says, yeah, on the outside you wear your nice suits and ties, right? To make yourself appear. You wear your little, choir robes and judge costumes, but inwardly, you what? You dirty. You're not clean. You're not in the faith at all. He said, but clean first what? The inside, and then the outside of them may be clean what? Also. Meaning now you can finally see. That's why he's telling you how you gonna condemn somebody, and then but you got the spot in your own eye. See, that's that spot. See, that's that dirtiness. Meaning how you gonna judge me and then you got slaves though? How you gonna have police, but still got slavery going on? And they not patrolling the slavery. They watching. They trying to keep what? The poor and the what? Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? How hypocritical they actually are. You supposed to have been stopping stuff like that, but really you all about it. You are all about it. That's what it means. You are a hypocrite. You say that you for freedom, you for peace, you for liberty, but yet you would love to have a mega ministry ruling over a bunch of people taking that money. That don't sound like liberty to me. That's not freedom. That's a hypocrite. You're doing exactly what the Edomites are doing to us. You're just using the word God in between it, that way to make it more justifiable for you. But then you taxing us like them, right? Give me tithes, 10%. Don't the government what? Tax us too. So what are you doing? You're doing the same exact things. But then claim you ain't a part of that. I ain't with that. That ain't me. You sure? You sure you in the faith? Right? Let's go down. 27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outside, but within are full of what? Dead men's what? Bones. And all what? Uncleanliness. So you see how them sins get you dirty? So he's telling you that what are dead men's bones? After bones turn to what? To dust. Ashes. Dust to dust. That's what he's talking about. That's you full of what? Them old what? Teachings. There you go. Reason why he said dead man bones. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. So, dead man's bones, referring to people who have already died and have dried out, right? Because meaning they don't have what in them? No word of who? Yeah. Because the word of Yah is moisture. It's that word. It's like water. It flows. It's a spring. So if they dead man's bone, that mean they what? Super what? Dried out. Meaning you ain't got nobody truth what? In you. So you full of things that don't got none of Yah's truth in it. Dead men's bones. Right? And and all uncleanness, all of evil things. Even so, you also outwardly appear righteous unto men. You see, you appear to us to be righteous, these churches. Because you say you come in the name of what? Righteousness. but in your actions, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity, meaning you ain't about restoring. Because you haven't what? Who have you restored? All these years. But how did you end up rich? Because greed is one of those sins, ain't it? But you ended up rich. And they still are what? Poor, in captivity. So you didn't help the situation, did you? You deceived us. He says, so woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous. Meaning, one, you build the tombs of the prophet, and the other one kills him. Right? And say, if it had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. So they said, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. So they're confessing. Right? Wherefore you be witnesses unto yourself. Are you saying you just confess? Therefore you be a witness unto yourself that you are the children of them which killed the what? The prophets. You killed anybody that's in what? Trying to do what? Righteousness. You just admitted out your mouth that you are the children of those who destroy anyone trying to do righteousness. So fill up ye then the measure of your fathers, this cup we're talking about. You serpents, you generation of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell? So whereby, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you shall kill and what? Crucify. And some of them you shall scourge in your synagogues, making a fool of them and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom you slew between the temple and the altar. And verily, verily, I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. So what is he talking about right there? Now it's a cup. A cup. When we do the Lord's Supper, the cup, he said it's the blood. The blood of the righteous. So when you drink that cup, you're saying that you're clean of the what? Yeah, you clear. You haven't what? Participated in what?
Sin.
No.
Unrighteousness.
Destroying, murdering your what? He said starting from Abel all the way down to John the Baptist, it's about some blood that's been spilled. The blood of the righteous. So when you drink the cup, you know that it's a concerning what? And Yahushua's blood was in that cup too. Didn't he say that? So it's the blood of what?
The righteous. And
he told you, don't drink of that what? Don't drink of that cup. Meaning don't what? Don't participate in it. Because if you do, it's just like you just drunk this what? That cup. Because you out here killing your own what? People. Be careful of drinking that cup. Because you say you in the faith, but you have to find yourself what? Cleaner and clean, or innocent of what? The blood. Have I slayed anybody out here that was what? Righteous. That's what I mean. You hated me without a what? Cause. So that's why I told you them 7 sins to get you caught up. Because if you start envying them, to envy the righteous, to start hating the righteous, to start coming against the righteous, to try to crucify and murder secretly the righteous, it'll fall upon you as if you drunk that cup. Now you say, well, what cup are you talking about? It's a cup. A cup full of all the blood. But it's also the cup of wrath. Because you're going to pay for that. You have to pay for that. Now, all the righteous people, he said the blood of all the righteous ones, starting from Abel on down. The first righteous one that was crucified for just being righteous, killed by his own brother, murdered. So therefore, do you know how many people have been murdered for the sake of righteousness between now and then? Well, let me give you even just an idea of what you're dealing with. You ever seen the movie Tales from the Hood? Tales from the Hood had this one particular skit where they had this white man that was like running for one of those political jobs. But he tried to hide his past. And it was come to find out that he owned slaves and he was, killed slaves. And I can never forget it because of the name that they gave those slaves. He gave them. He called them nigglets. He called them nigglets. And it was in the movie, if you go and look at it, they haunted him. They wouldn't let him get no sleep, no, See, the righteous blood from all the way from Abel on down, they coming for you. They don't just die and just be gone. And I had to understand that through y'all. That's why some people get haunted by those same spirits of these men and women who had to die for righteousness, that was murdered, that you thought are gone. They don't rest until you pay. So those same spirits that after you murder them, they follow you around. They don't let up. They haunt you. They truly come after you. And that's be the last thing you see. Just like he was, the last thing he saw before he came to his great demise was he was surrounded by a bunch of black people. But these was all ones that had died long ago. But they all came back that moment he was finished to die. And they was surrounding him, and he didn't understand what was going on. Like, woo, I thought y'all were dead. I thought y'all were gone. Huh? He thought wrong. And they destroyed him. That's to the extent I'm talking about when I say the righteous blood. That's the vengeance of Yah. You don't get away with it. He pours it all into a cup and then what? Pours it on you. So that's going to be, in essence, it's like a bunch of niggas chasing you. That's basically what I can say is like all of their spirits are haunting you. It's like the crow. You don't get away from it. They coming for you. That's why he said that they don't, like Emmett Till, just a list of people who died, murdered, that you think, Trayvon Martin, that they just gone. But did you know that's the last thing that they see before they die? Is one of them or all of them. They don't just go away. You can't just hide them under a cover, sweep them under a rug, like he thought he could in the movie. Like, that's my past. It's gone. I didn't hear reports of it. That's how I know it's true. I know that was a movie, but I heard real reports of people, old people who said that they was haunted by the old slaves that they thought were what? Dead. Chasing them down on their sick bed now. Like, oh, Lord, this is the last thing I wanted to see. I can't get no rest. I already got cancer or something now. I'm seeing visions of niggas running around my room. What's going on? And I can't even get up because I'm bedridden. Yeah, they don't get away with that. So I understand, these things Yah reveals to me. the hauntings of what people gonna have, the Edomites are gonna have to face. It doesn't just go away. They will be haunted by those same spirits and souls when they think it's done and over. Yeah. So this cup, he put into the hand of Babylon. I would love to go into Babylon, but I think it's getting kind of late. Oh, I know. Y'all want something? You want a piece of Babylon? You want to know who she is? Okay. First, go to Revelations 3:14. And the angel of the church of Laodiceans write, these things said unto the Amen, the faithful, the true witness, the beginning of the creation of Yah. I know thy works, and thou art neither cold nor hot. Who you think he's talking about right now? I know your works, you neither cold nor hot. Guess who he's talking about? The slothful. These are the slothful. They neither cold nor what? Talking about, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't me. I'm the ones who stand idly by. I would that thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will what? Spew you out of my mouth. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and I have no need of nothing. And knowest not that thou art wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and what? Naked. Why? Because how do they achieve their riches? Right? So he says, so I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, which is what? Righteousness. That you may be as rich, and white raiment, meaning you be clean, that you may as be clothed, and that the shame of your nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eye with eye salve, that thou mayest what? See. Right? Behold, I stand at the door. As many as I love, what? I what? Rebuke and chastise. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Choose a what? Choose a side. Behold, I stand at the door and knock, and if any man hear my voice, open the door, and I will come into him, and I will sup with him. See, that his bread, his teachings, and he with him. To him that overcome will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have overcame and am set down with my heavenly parents in their throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the church. So he definitely let you know that slothfulness of right will get you what? Because you got to choose a side. He tell he will spew you out of his mouth, meaning he will what? Cast you what? So out. If you don't budge on righteousness. That would mean I counsel you what you needed to do. Gold tried in the fire. What is this gold? He's talking about righteousness. It's tried, tested, proven to be what? True, that if you do it, you will live. But if you don't, sorry for you. All right. So let's go into this revelation that y'all can really see what I was talking about here. In order to see it truly, Go down to Revelation 17. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, or 7 plagues. Come hither, I will show unto you the judgment of the great whore, that sitteth upon many waters. This is a woman, or they consider a whore, meaning because she had a birthright, but she what? Chose what? Money. Greed. She took the abominations, and therefore she got judged. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So this is a great teaching. That's why they call her the great whore, because she's a great teaching that has been taught to many nations and kings and queens of the earth, right? And the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her what? Fornication. So she had a cup. So he carried me away in the spirit and wisdoms, and I saw the woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of what? Abominations and filthiness of her fornication. So what does she have in that cup? All the abominations and all the filthiness of the world. So she had all the evil teachings she had in that cup. All the evil teachings of the earth. So who do you think that woman is?
Babylon.
Babylon is who? Esau and company.
Yeah, the devil.
The devil. Right? And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of what? Harlots and abominations of the what? The earth. So she was the mother of everybody who ever turned. She was the teacher of them. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the what? The saints. See, she with the blood of who? Saints represent the what? The righteous. She had the blood of the what? The righteous, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahusha. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So this is her. She has all the evil teachings. She comes to you in your dreams and try to what? Teach you to what? Take the bait. Drink. Drink from the cup. But who cup was that technically for? Who was the cup for? Y'all don't know who the cup was for?
That was for any of those that was those unbelievers. That's who it was for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. What she's trying to get the ones that believe. Go to 18:4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her what? Her plagues. That's what he was referring to. Don't receive them. Don't take the teaching, because the teaching she teach you that they're sweet, but it's really what? Bitter. It's going to what? It's a plague. You put a what upon yourself? And a curse if you receive, okay? All right. So that's with that. What was the other going to say? Okay. Ecclesiastic 12. Ecclesiasticus. This is going to be in the new, the Lost Books. Do we still have that? It's going to be in the law. You got your Lost Books, Ecclesiastic 12. Okay. Here we go. This is the reason why you cannot be joined with your enemy. Because your enemy gonna act like we trying to be brothers and sisters in this. It's gonna be a brotherhood, it's gonna be a sisterhood, but really they secretly gonna try to what? Murder you. They want to oversee your what? This is what that's why we have this. Ecclesiasticus 12. That's why they take stuff like this out of the book. It says, when thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it to. So shall thou be thankful for thy benefit. So shall thou be thanked for thy benefits. So meaning when you time to do good, you better know who you need to do it to. Who you supposed to do good to? Children of who?
Yeah.
Of Yah and Israel. Don't try to do good to these people. Joining with them, this is trap. Do good to the godly man, he tells you, and thou shalt find a recompense or reward. But if not from him, yet from the Most High will reward you. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil. Though. Look at me. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no what? Alms. Meaning that doeth no righteousness, and neither know all they think about is what? Evil. Can't no good what? Come to them. So what are you trying to do them some good for? This is the command. Listen, giving alms mean righteousness. You ain't doing it. Now, I can't bless nobody that ain't doing what? Righteous. Give to a godly man, though, that is doing righteousness, and help not a what? And help not a who? Read that again. Help not a who? A sinner. Do well unto him that is lowly or humble, but give not to the ungodly that's full of pride. Hold back what? Your bread. Hold it back and give it not unto him. Give him none of your what? Bread. What are your teachings? Don't give it to him. Hold it back. Meaning your mercy, your grace. Don't give it to him. Don't sit there and be telling you going to heaven too. You what? You fooling yourself. Hold back your bread and give it not unto him. Because he's a sinner. He's ungodly. He ain't, look, at least he what with it? Over what? Overmaster you. See, he just want to what? Use it to what? Be over you. He does not want to work with you. He doesn't want to do anything. He's not going to be lowly. He's not going to be humble. But he just wants to what? Be over you so he can oversee your what? Your death. Read. He will want, at least he overmaster you thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good that thou shalt have done unto him. For the Most High hates sinners. Okay, for those who say he love them. He said Most High hate of what? Sinners. And will repay vengeance. That's that cup unto the what? Ungodly. And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Meaning he reserves them to be what? Destroyed for vengeance. He not setting them up so that he can bless them. You can't bless what's already what? Cursed. I'm telling you. For the Most High, look, 7. But give unto the good and help not the what?
Sinners.
Telling you, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in the day of your what? Ever. Meaning when you get ready to slip, trust me, they're going to be what? Right there, because they was never your friend. They just was waiting, looking around like the Pharisees, walking around with them. We like, did y'all want to learn something? Nah, you can't tell it. But why you want to be around? Why you keep what? Following me like my shadow? Why you want to be with me, right? Listen. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. See? The minute you start doing good, they what? They grieve. Why they upset? But in his adversity, then they will what? Depart. Never trust thy enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his what? Wickedness. He gonna try to get you. That's all he wants to be around you for. And though he humbled himself with tears, with hugs, remember Esau? Oh, Lord, give me another chance. With tears, right? But he never sought what? Repentance. What you mean by he didn't never seek repentance? He never what? Changed. Though he was crying, though he was like, please help me, please. He did all that, but he didn't never change his what? His heart. It never changed. He still wanted the same thing for you. His rust never was wiped away. What does he want for you? Your death. Esau wants your what? Your death. He said that would never be wiped away. That rust in them would never be wiped away. Why is it rust? Because it's slothful, right? They refuse to what? Let go. What they refuse to let go of? That they want to murder you. Somehow, what? Some way. That's why they can never be working with you. They have to be what? Over you. So they can oversee your what? Your death. They don't know. No, wait, work with you. No, we can't do that because we got no power. At that point, we know we have to have a position that puts us over you so we can't dictate your flow. That we can manipulate what can be done to you. So we can oversee your what? Your death. We in Ecclesiasticus 12, talking about your enemy and how Esau truly is. When he's talking about he wants to be your friend, he's just deceiving you. He just wants to be around you. He wants to follow you around. He wants to be everywhere you go. He just wants to just observe your habits, so that like feds do, they send in a spy just to observe your habits and your customs until they figure out a way that they can what? Take you down, destroy you. That's all it ever was. The enemy works like this. This is the exact enemy. You'll know the enemy by their fruit. This is the darkness. This is the rust that's in them. It's in their heart. It's deep embedded. That's why I call it rust, meaning you can't scrape it off. Once you get rust on you, you can't what? You can't scrape it off. You can't get it off. That rust is what? It's set in. It's locked in. It's embedded. It's engraved in you. That this is all you ever want out of life. You don't want any other thing. You don't have any other desires. You don't have any other ambitions. That is your ambition. So Esau's ambition is to destroy all the children of what? Israel. That's it. So that's why they refuse to take a low seat. Because that can't achieve they what? They dream and vision. They ambition. They can't achieve it in a low position. So that's why they never want a low position. They want that high position so they can oversee your death. That is why they want to be in charge of you. Understand their hearts. I need y'all to see that in them. Don't get blinded that they just love, because if they love, then he said that they can humble themselves enough to be brothers with you. Equal, right? That's why I tell you don't be what? Unequally yoked with them. Because if you yoke yourself with them, you join yourself with them in marriage, that's what they mean. Till what? Exactly. Make a partnership with me if you want. I will make sure I will oversee your death. That's what I'm here, what? For. I didn't come for nothing else. That is my endeavor. That is my joy, my passion, my zeal. If I can see the day that you fall, I just want to live to see that day. And I want to be the one who raised my hand and say, it was me. I did it. I achieved the dream. When they ask, who took him down? Do you want to be able to raise your hand and say, it was I? Was I. So Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. This is in the Lost Books. Mm-hmm. Ecclesiasticus 12. It's 12 and 12. We there? All right. It says, set him not by thee. See? Don't even set him what? Next to you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because he's not your what? Your sister or your what? Or your brother. He's not a friend. Don't set him by you as a what? Join together. How Martin Luther King said, I see us holding hands together. Yeah, right. Then they did what to him? Oversaw his death. That's exactly. Mm-hmm. He says, set him not by you, lest when he have overthrown. Some of them just want to be right there with you so they can what? Take your what? Take your place. Overthrow you. He stand up in your place. Right there, see? Even more so, he said it next. Yeah. He will overthrow you and then stand up in your place as acting like they who? You. They the new you now. And they parading that too. No more such and such here no more. It's only us now, baby. We here now. Neither let him sit at thy right hand. See, never let, right is your right hand, the righteous what? Righteous right hand. So that means let him never sit in you as one that's in what? Righteousness. Because he's what? He's not. It's deceiving. Least he seek to take your seat. So he's only doing it to what? To tear you down and then replace you. It's a lie. And it's for your death. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith, and meaning remember. Wanted you to remember. $16. So no. 13. Who will pity then a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? You know how the ones that be blowing and they make the little snake come out the little vase. You know, they call them snake charmers. They play the little flute. But he says right here, now when that snake charmer get bit, do anybody feel sorry for him? Why they don't feel sorry for him? Because we already know snakes bite. So why you gonna play with fire? You get what? You gonna get burned. So it's not for us to feel sorry. You died of what? A fool. Exactly. You died. You knew better than playing with it what? In the first place.
And why do those snakes have some venom?
And venom. You know the snake got poison and venom in it. And you know the snake do not play kindly with people. So why you gonna play with the snake? Calling Esau the what? The snake. So when you get bit by him, when he got you. Ain't nobody gonna feel, look, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you when Esau get you. Because you knew what? You knew better. So I mean, don't die or what? Mm-hmm. Or look, or any such as come nigh against a wild beast, same thing. Who gonna run out there and go start wrestling with a real live wild bear? And then if that bear mess around and tear you up with a lion, what you run out there for? You knew better than that. What you thought was gonna happen? That was your fault. That would say you died of what? A fool. Right? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity that person? See, ain't no mercy for you. Did you know that? Y'all ain't gonna, I feel bad because that Edomite, he got you. You signed a deal with the what? With the devil. You sold your what? Your soul. Mm-hmm.
Why did the snakes bite? They will say,
Right. That's like somebody go get a snake as a pet and then come back and get bit by that same snake. Why did you go get a snake as a pet then? You know, that's what they do. Right. See, look. For why he abide with you, but if thou begin to fall, he will not what? Tarry. Meaning he ain't gonna hold back if he see you getting ready to slip. He gonna dwell by you every day. I'm talking, I'm with you in this. Brother, sister, I'm with you in this. Until you get ready to fall. Then when you fall, they're gonna be the first one though. Aha, good. That's what finally, let's get this nigga out of here. See, 16. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips, But in his heart, I told you. See, remember I told you it's deep embedded, that rust is deep embedded. He said, but in his heart, he what? Imagine how he can what? And he will weep with his eyes. But if he find an opportunity, he will not be satisfied with what? Because he wanted what? He wanted all. He ain't gonna be just satisfied to see a little blood. He want to see, make sure that you what? Done. He would shake his head and clap his hands and whisper mustangs, and then he would change his countenance. All of a sudden, he'd jump out of that sheep clothing now, because he's gonna appear to be what now? The wolf the whole time. I'm saying, finally, I got you. That's how it was on that movie, Tales from the Hood too. It was the mortician man. In the end, he was walking with him, talking about, you come for the poop. You come for the poop. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some poop. I'm gonna give you some poop, all right. And in the end, though, they didn't know the whole time they was dealing with the devil the whole time. Because in the end, he finally came out of his costume when he took him all the way to the bottom. You know, he played with them all the way until he got them there. Then once he finally got them trapped, and he knew for sure it was no way out. I mean, he won't settle with blood. Once he knows there's no way out, he look around. I got this one. Then all the masks and the charades stopped. Yes, it was I. It was I. And so, yes, we have to be careful. So I just showed y'all right there. Don't fall for the trick. This is the things when you know that you with Yah. You got to stay in harmony with who? Yah. But don't slip to none of these other paths that you has been revealed to you. Be careful of them. Mark them. When you see them, just note it. I can't go that route. And if you see any one of your brothers and sisters starting to veer in that route, and if possible, try to what? Pull them out. If Yah is in them and they have any reason, they might come to their senses. And it's of Yah if they do. But if they don't come to their senses, then that's also of Yah. Because sometimes Yah, they're probably going into what? Judgment. So if you can rescue a soul, you always try. But if that soul ain't refused to hear you, I don't want to hear what you got, I don't want to know, leave me louder, then it could be also what? Judgment. For them. So the goal is not to let none of Israel fall, but all Israel what? Ain't Israel too. So you do your due diligence. That's why for me, the best I can do for a lot of them sometimes is just try to tell it to them and speak to them that they may hear me. Know whether they do or don't. But they won't be able to say that TJ let them just walk into a trap and didn't say anything. I always let them know. A lot of times they just take what I say and be like, nah, he just talking. Oh, he's just trying to make me miss out on a grand opportunity. That's what someone probably think. He just hating. He just don't want to see me have nothing, or he don't want to see me grow. This stuff they say. But the whole time you be trying to warn them, like, because this stuff is true. These things that we say, nothing new under the sun. Ain't no new temptation come to you that ain't never came to what? People before you. And you see that they got by these things. So you ain't no greater than them that you can receive these things and you won't be corrupted though. See, that's the greatest lie too. That I can do it. I can do it. I ain't like them. Baby, if they fail, you gonna what? You gonna fall too. That's what he said. These things are common. Meaning these are common ways people fall. I just gave you the common ways that people fall that you weren't even aware of. Common ways. Like I told you, the 7 deadly, and then like I said, the other one was inviting what in? The enemy in. And thinking that the enemy was your what? Friend. It was a setup. Another trap. Another deadly what? It's a deadly sin, isn't it? Because once you let them in, that's all they're what? For. It's a deadly sin to let your enemy what? In. Mm-hmm.
So you said you told us it's a combination, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a combination, there's like a higher up.
It definitely is. It definitely is. It's depths of Satan that, like I told you. But Yah will, he says he never put on your plate more than you can what? Handle, right? Chew, right? So that's why I give you what I know that you can understand for now. There's more. And there's even greater ones. But these are the ones I know that you can gravitate and understand with now. You know what I mean? That I know you can understand and get it. Because these are the ones that get a lot of people caught up and they don't understand why misfortune comes about them or why they can't get their prayers answered or why it's just, because they walking in the danger zone and they don't know it. They're not aware of it. They're not aware of these pastors that's lying. They're not aware of the so-called Edomite and nations help that they think is help to them when it's really what? It's a whole trap. Everything they teach y'all is traps. That's what Esau and the company do. They teach us traps. They're not teaching us how to do good. There's not one good thing ever came out of their mouth. If they tell you to do plastic surgery because they know it's going to what in the end? Kill you. It's a trap. If they tell you to go cheating on your people, on your spouses because they know it's going to what? Kill you. It's a trap. They know these things. All Esau is about is making sure you what? Oversee your what? So that's all he's going to teach you. Esau has no love for you. So everything that even looks like love coming out of his mouth is just still a what? And I just read to you what they took out of the lost books telling you that that's all he ever desires. That is his heart. You ever want to know the heart of Esau? Read that again. Refresh yourself. To understand, Esau can never, ever get that out of his heart. He is that Cain, and you are that Abel. He looks at you every day like, what I'm going to do? See, you are that Abel to that Cain. He's that Cain that just keeps looking at you every day like, I'm going to murder this. I'm going to murder him. I'm going to figure out something. Every day. But the key is I have to stick around. I have to play like I'm for him. I have to play like I'm for her. That way they keep letting me what? Let me in. I just need a foot in the door. I just need to be able to dwell amongst them. That's why he told you to come what? Come out from amongst them because he's telling you, oh, you're going to suffer their plagues. They're going to try to trap you. So he tells us to what? Come out of Babylon. Get out of that trap of thinking that these people what? Care for you. They don't. They're trying to trap you. They know that the doom is already impending on them. They're just trying to make sure they can wrap what? You up with them. So that's why they want to oversee it. But you got to be smarter. You got to be wiser. And these are the things that's going to make you smarter and wiser. Not of me, because I had to learn these things just like you. It's of Yah. If Yah reveals these things. That's why we're always grateful. And we say hallelujah to those things because we know that without his teachings, we going to what? Fall and get what? Caught up. Because it's not of us that's delivering ourselves out of any of these traps, are we? Because if it wasn't for Yah, we wouldn't even know they was there, would we? And we would have been falling for them. And so for the only reason why you have not fallen now is because of Yah. Me neither. It's because of Yah. That's why they said trust in them. They are our success. They are our victory. Because they know every trap. Wisdom knows what? She knows every trap. And she wants to make sure you know. She's your light. She's your great God. She said she sees it. She tells you, hey, that's a trap. Don't walk that way. I got you. But you have to what? Trust her, right? Don't be unstable and say, well, I trust this faith, but now I don't know. And then start taking some of those deals that I just told you that you ain't supposed to what? Take. Because it's what? A setup. Don't take the traps. Esau tell you to be rich, you best think about it. Right, because you know it's a what? It's a trap. This is what I had to understand one day, and I leave it with this. I even spoke to a person about it. I said, this is the part we never asked about Esau. Esau said, if Esau truly wanted us to be free, then why did he hand us a book?
Say that again.
If Esau wanted us to be free, why did he just hand us a book?
Like a regular book.
The Bible. Why he just didn't say go?
You don't want to be free.
So, because he ain't trying to set you up. Exactly. He's not trying to set you free.
They want us to figure it out ourselves.
No. It's just a trap. It was never meant for you to what? To get out. It's a lie. No. Them. That they ever wanted you to be what? It ain't that they want you to figure it out. No, they just help you. Because why you got to figure it out? Right. They just wanted you to die. They just overseeing your what? Your death. They're not trying to set you free. Because if they wanted to set you free, I would hand you keys to a boat, to a car, and say, go on, go. I wouldn't hand you a book. I wouldn't hand you a book if I really care that you be free. I want you to go Jubilee style. I want you to be free with your family, but here first, the book. Because what if I don't? See, that's why you say you said they hope we figure it out. No, they don't. Because what if you don't figure it out? You never got out. So they never intended on you to what? To figure it out or get out. That's the whole point. They lied to you. They didn't want your freedom. They could have easily just tell you to go. If I want, okay, if I want you to be free, what am I going to do? Truly, set you free. I'm gonna take off the handcuffs, right? I'm gonna open up the prison bars and say, "Go and go, get out of here." Might give you a little something to go with. Here, a bus ticket or something. Go wherever you want to go. Get out of here. I don't want to see you again. Here, take a little bag of money with you. Get on out of here. If I really wanted you to be what? Free. I don't hand you a book if I want you to be free. I don't hand you a book if I want you to be free. Not that they wanted you to just figure out. Come on. Think about it. In the meantime, while you trying to figure it out, they what? Plot. That's what I mean. In the meantime, while you trying to figure out what the Bible say, they what? Plotting your death. Exactly. Exactly. So they never wanted you to be free. I'm not gonna hand you a book if I wanted you to be free, right? If you ask me for a fish, I ain't gonna hand you a snake. If you ask me for some bread, I ain't gonna hand you a rock, right? So if you ask me for something, that's what I'm supposed to give you. So if I say, can I set me free, then I'm supposed to what? Say, well, go on, go. But who say set me free and I hand you a book? Say, here you go. Now get back in your cell. So that's a lie. So with that, that's going to conclude it. But like I say, just remember what you're learning. Keep it with you. And just understand that these are traps. There's a lot of traps that have been set. And these people didn't know because they had the generic version. But what I have given you is the spiritual version of what all those sins are and why they are so deadly to you. Right? Be ye holy, right? Come out from amongst them and receive no what? Unclean thing. Those are the unclean things. The love of what? Money is the root of what? Trying to tell you. So if these things, don't receive them because they are traps. Esau ain't handing you nothing that's going to set you free. Even his money is a fake version of what? Freedom. They ain't giving you nothing that you can be free with. They could have just told you to go out the front door if they want you to truly be free. Anything else ain't freedom. So, one last thing, then I'm done. Esau. Remember I told you there's no other door, there's no other faith. Right? It's only one faith, right? This is the faith. I'm going to explain it to you. Remember I told you there is no marriage, there is no agreement. There's no fellowship with darkness, right? So when I showed y'all that, he was talking about that the darkness is captivity. So there is no agreement with it. Long as Esau is in charge, any deal that keeps Esau in charge is a what? A no deal. Esau said, okay, look, long as I stay in charge, I give you $100 million, but I'm going to stay in charge over Israel. You supposed to say what? No deal. But don't worry about them. You going to be what? Fine. But still what? No deal. Because you said to the first be what? And the last be what? So you can't stop even if you have. Because y'all going to punish who? You. Because you know you was given command that you couldn't rest until all Israel what? Just say it's restored. Exactly. All. He didn't say some. That all Israel, that is Israel is what? Restored. And that is your duty to freedom. That is your duty to free them. Preaching to them the truth, opening their eyes, opening up the prison doors, casting out devils, and bringing back healings to these people so that they can make it. But there's no deal with Esau there's no multiverse that keeps Esau in charge. There's no ending. There's no happy ending for Esau. So we don't make no deal ahead of time, do we? There's no deal that can be struck with Esau that keeps Esau what? Because in heaven, is Esau in charge? No. So there's no deal you can make now for it. Because you already know what he told you heaven looked like. Remember, he said, Jacob is the what? The beginning, and Esau is the what? The ending. You have to remember that no matter what they try to trick you with now, ahead of time, you have to know, even if they tell you can go back to your land right now, but we still gonna oversee it. What? No what? No deal. Because if we go back, you ain't gonna what? Be overseeing it. You ain't gonna be ruling over it. You ain't gonna be supervising it. You ain't gonna be micromanaging it. What? No what? No deal. But total what? Freedom. Of a totality, meaning hands down what? He said until every knee what? Bow and every tongue what? Confess. There's no other deal you can make. That is a deal of the devil. That's why Yahushua didn't fall for it when the Satan tried to tempt him. He said, it's no deal. I can't make no deal with you. I already know what your fate is. I already know Esau gonna fall. I know Babylon gonna fall. Y'all not ruling over us. So there's no deal in which that keeps you ruling over us. And if I make a deal with you, then I have lied to my what? To myself. If I take that hush money, I have lied to my what? If I take a deal with the devil, I have sold my what? Because there is no deal. Yah has told you to your face there is no other deal you can make with them. That keeps them what? Above. And I know that's all the deals they're still trying to offer y'all. But just, can we have peace? Okay, you say, okay, where you going to be at in this peace? Well, I'm still going to be overseeing. Oh, no deal. No deal. No deal. Because we don't need you to oversee what? Nothing of Israel. Not even a drone in the sky. No deal. But can we just look from no deal? No deal. And this is what you know. That's the faith. That's the faith. That's the true faith. To stay what? Clean. Clean of what? The blood of what? All them ones that what? They got crucified for the same truth. Don't drink the cup. And make what? The deal of what? Death. Don't do it. Because them same spirits of them will haunt you. They will come after you too. Because you're going to be the one, Yahusha going to say, he said the blood of all of them from Abel all the way down to what? To Yahusha going to what? Fall on you. Didn't he say that? So now you're going to be haunted with the death of Yahusha going to be on your head. The death of Abel. Yo, that's a lot of heads. You don't want that smoke. That's why Judas killed himself. Exactly. That's a lot of heat. That's a lot of heads that's going to be put on you. That's a lot of burden. That's a lot of heaviness. And you got to deal with that because that means you just in the same category as them who killed what? The Messiah and all those others that will fought for this truth here. This is the faith. This is that faith. Only land you're supposed to be looking for is the land where everyone there is righteous, ain't it? That's it. There's no other place. There's no more, like I said, there's no multiverse. There's another alternative version. Remember Dr. Strange said? I love to say that because that's how Dr. Strange did it. When Iron Man said, well, how many ways can we do this here? He said, what? After he doing all that looking around, he said, I checked all the different destinies that we could possibly have, all the different fates, and I only come up with one. Only one way out of this, right? And that's what? Through righteousness. That's it. That is it. There's no other alternative. And if we take any alternative, then we just cursed ourselves. Okay? Just know that. Remember, you took the deal of what? Death. So you don't drink of that cup. So every time we do the Lord's Supper, understand what it's for. It's saying that I'm still innocent of what? The blood. That's why y'all drink the cup, right? I'm innocent of what? I ain't killed none of them. I didn't crucify none of them. I didn't lie on none of them. But I am still Team Israel. And I'm not against what? Israel. Still Team Yah all the way. I'm for the people what? Not against the people. Team Yah. If you want to make it out of this. That is the only thing Dr. Strange said. How many? How many? Dr. Strange said, how many ways are we going to make it out of this? One. All right. So with that, that's going to conclude our family day. Can we get a prayer? Our heavenly parents, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For our heavenly parents are the power, the kingdom, and the glory, forever and ever. Hallelujah.